double from YU, flicking up to the player on the off angle. Wolves goes on to win this round, and it was rounds like this, the ones that started strong for Paper Rex, that Wolves bounced back, that made it look like Wolves was gonna take this game away in that first half, Bea.
I love the balance also of having Spring being more the one that is going to push from the defense and YU being the one that was in the lurks in this first half of Lotus. But in the end, somehow, even with them losing these advantages and whatnot, Paper Rex manages to get back on the board and secure the map.
It's funny because they got theirs back. They gave away some advantages in the first half, but they were the ones winning a lot of clutches. They were the ones bringing it back in the second to push us all the way to OT. That's what you know this Paper Rex team for.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there are so many good things to talk about with this Paper X team. One individual in particular, got to give it to the man himself, Divide. We saw some wild plays. This one in particular was nuts, because my guy just walked out there, not a care in the world, Cuckoo, was like, you know what, hold this L with the Sheriff. Pop, got 2 out of the break.
So many 3Ks, so many very high impact kills that he had. He even got an ace, even though Alex's reaction was not showing that he got an ace. But it was this is one of the disadvantages that they won, and one of the reasons that Paper Rex was able to secure this map in so many occasions was thanks to Divide's performance.
After Paper X's failures
Sobrang nagbawi
earlier
pala
this
si
year, missing
Divide,
out
no?
on Bangkok, having the rough start to
grabe
stage
na
1.
yun.
A lot of fans were calling for Divide's head when they were asking for
Grabe
roster
kasi yung
changes.
trash
They
talk
were
na
saying that
natanggap niya nung
he should
nakaraan
get dropped, they should find someone new, but
How
I
wrong
think
they
he's
were.
really proved himself in this tournament now. Stepping
Yari
up
Chiyota.
in some of those
Yeah,
later
Philippines
games,
raw.
showing us the Divide that we've known has been so strong since all the way back at tournaments like Masters Copenhagen, where this team has made finals before.
Yeah, well, of course, a lot of pressure, though, on the other side of the stage for the Wolves as they're facing a potential trip to the lower bracket if they lose this next map. Let's actually go ahead and check in with Coach Fade to hear what he has to think as we get ready for that one.
I'm now joined by Coach Fade from Wolves. Now, this is the first map you've lost this tournament since that Sentinel series. What was the focal point in your team talk before map 2? And is there any concern around stamina if this series goes the distance?
I think we kind of show nerves once again towards the end of first map. And I think stamina shouldn't be an issue because we had a 3 days break previously, so I think we will be fine.
I hope so. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, and there you see the results that you heard as well. Like, they feel good about their stamina for the Wolves, but a 14-12, that has to sting for them as they get ready for map 2, Mimi.
For sure, especially, Bea, like you were mentioning, this is a team that has not lost a map since the series they dropped to open Toronto against Sentinels. They have been on a non-stop roll up to this point, but now having to go all the way to 3 if they want to make it into the final here.
Oh, but there's such good maps for the side of Wolves, and now we're about to jump into Ascent. And we're going to see something for everybody that enjoys the map that we don't usually see. Is one team on one hand, we expect them to be playing with the Viper, right?
Nandito
Double
ako,
controller. And on the
Di ba
other
ko
side,
rinig?
a double Sentinel with the Deadlock. That is, of course, if we do not see any changes in the agent select. And I think that we were highlighting how well Wolves was doing from their attack with those executes, how good the utility from Lysar is in that agent.
I really like their Deadlock, in particular on the attacking side. It's another map where they play super slow, just like you were watching on Lotus. But what they do well here is putting down their Sentinel utility on space they take, then resetting as a team and clearing elsewhere. So they're kind of putting down these little checkpoints to save parts of the map they have, and then being able to call back.
Dapat lang matalo yung
late.
wall
I
na
think a lot
yan.
of teams miss out on those little details with juggling the Sentinel utility. They're great there. It's the same on defense. To me, this feels like a really strong map for Wolves to bounce back.
Yeah, I like the way they chop up the map, right, and really give themselves, like you said, a lot of these openings. The thing is, though, is that we have seen now a couple times Paper X kind of feed the beast one too many times here, and I think with Deadlock and the way that this team can play
Buti na
this
nalo
one,
PRX talaga, sabi ko
problematic for
talaga
them
sa
if they're not
inyo.
careful
Muntik
and
sila
checking
dun,
their pieces.
2v3.
For sure, yeah. They have
Yeah,
to
ang
be
ganda
on
lang
point
ginawa
with
nila last-
taking
panoorin
calculated
yung last
risks,
round,
but
guys.
definitely
They're
paid
gonna
off in
change.
the first game here. Let's take a look at the comps
Oh,
and
anong-
Paper X
anong smoke niya
locking in
kasi?
that jet for something now.
Oh, they're going back to
Oh.
something, you know, more standard in this case. They've moved away from the Gecko and the Rays. I had a feeling that that was
Yeah,
going to happen, but I love Mimi, the fact that they're sticking with this double controller and the Viper.
I really like the Viper comps on this map. I think they've always been strong on defense, especially Devi has looked great, but this is much more sensible in terms of the rest of the utility. You're going to put a lot into something.
Wala pala si Cindy AFK
starting on
pala.
this defensive side, and what protocols Wolves have to deal with that.
Another player that we have to look at is Patman. Very quiet performance in the first map, something that is very, very different from what we've been seeing for the rest of the tournament from him.
Yeah, and he's going to have a lot of responsibility here because I think like you're going to want that KO maybe to try and like flash a bit with the deadlock there to prevent that utility from being a bit of a problem. Try and sniff those things out. He's going to have a tall task ahead of him without a doubt here. Curious to see how this one plays out because really it feels like both teams are doing their homework coming into this.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, I think that we also need to look at Forsaken. I think that one of the things that PaperX have to take very great care
Nako,
of.
Dabay. Maganda daw yung combo ni Dabay sa
Because he's going to be most likely the one that is playing outside of the pack, and that could bring some of the timings of goals that like to wait some.
Buti na lang.
That is why I'm looking at these players to focus.
Sobrang disappointing yung... sobrang disappointing kasi nung laro ni Dabay nung nakaraan sa sa Sunweb Split ba yun? Ano bang ano nun? Ano bang... Anong map yun?
And you really can't blame us after map 1. 14 to 12, it tipped the way of PaperX in OT. But what a wild ride it was to get there. Now on Ascent though, Mike, has this changed any of your expectations?
I mean, you look at this, really, the upset would have come from Lotus for me. If Wolves could close out here, PaperX struggled domestically here on Ascent. They obviously have the loss to Genji previously here, sorry. So this is the opportunity now for Wolves to get back in control of this series and force a third. Because Split should be an absolute barn burner if we get there.
Please, look,
Always delivers, man. A Split decider, always.
Oh, God, okay, well, let's see if they can get there first. For PaperX, though, in their minds, there's always been one goal, and it's the grand final, right? This team put together, when it's back to the drawing board, to rebuild.
There was a great line from Devi, I think, in one of the interviews, talking about every time he sees the champs LA finisher in-game, it haunts him.
Hachi! Ayan na, welcome back.
On map 1.
Ate, di mo napanood yung last round.
Panood niya.
Napanood ko.
Sa cellphone na.
Umisigaw sa background. Nasa PC, pero nakababa lang yung headset.
PaperX on the defending side. Something tries to stake his claim towards middle, but will be warded away.
Back on the Sheriff actually here. Do you see with a flash? Close and personal. Sure, actually Forsaken caught on the retreat back.
Yeah, maybe not thinking John had filled that space yet, but there is still two players on the side of the map for PaperX. So Patman's still here. Jing's still on this side too. Slow and steady again for Wolves. It looks like PaperX
KO si Patman.
It's just going to end up being a brawl, isn't it? They're ahead of the smoke, but what's the...
Ngayon lang ba siya nag-KO?
There isn't any. So Jing and Patman do really well. Eventually they traded effectively though. Wolves keep the man to the good and they get the sight for themselves.
Nice one. Kaya nga inisip nila siguro magtitipi yung Omen. Yeah.
And that was huge for this. Something can't get the shot. Super BB off to a great beginning. But again, for Wolves, you got to make it work on these attacking sides.
Absolutely do. Talked about that being the main objective on Lotus. Did deliver.
Ito na naman si Shukat.
First game, first stream. First game lang first game.
Map 2 na.
Ay, map 2 na ba? First round. Okay lang ibigay sa mga yung mga first round.
Tools to really prevent that from happening. Fairly invested here on round 2 as well. Respect being shown to PaperX. It's only spring on a Sheriff. Bulldogs across the board.
Oo, kagigil na mukha.
That round 1, Fat BB already halfway to the Hunter's Fury as well. So looking for further progress.
Yung mukha ni Shupat ang sarap ipangdayo sa mga computer shop. Di pa nagsasalita. Ay, pa nagsasalita, nakakagigil na.
Heart lang ay, butang ina, nakakapigod kahit puro na.
doing their due diligence. And Sifa Bibi will be working towards, as said, that, or I imagine probably getting priority on that here. Caution needs to be shown. That deep horn over towards B, you should have seen on the mini-map. Pretty indicative of no one's there, and the connection of the knife. So they should be pretty locked in for what's happening.
I have the spike.
Considering set piece here around the cage from Lysol, but
Nice.
30 seconds left. They need to find progress somewhere. Especially with players like Jing tucked up. Very deep position. Laboured, but Wyu comes out on top.
Yeah, the paranoia goes into sight, so they should be able to kind of springboard through this. Unless someone wants to smoke, now you can't. Now you help. It feels like the anti-Paper-X, doesn't it? But they still find a way through. Divide, up and over the top, but at this point the plant's going to be in. So very difficult to find much surprise, even ahead of maybe that deadlock util. You've got to be cautious. Again, you can afford losing one player, that being Spring. The rest you don't want to lose, and Wyu took a risk, but he should be fine here. Yeah, stability looking good. Sifa Bibi going to be building very close to that. Oh, and a lovely round in the end.
Nakadalawa na.
Initially, Sifa Bibi did have the spike, but can't come in for elsewhere. Still, fantastic progress made.
I got scared here, though.
Very, very careful, yeah. And the Bulldogs sometimes can be a little hard to tame.
Ayan naman. Nakakainis lang kasi nakadalawa. Dapat 0-13.
Ganun pala yung dalawa, enough na, alis na.
Ang ano ay, ang aimbot ng protocol na bulldog.
2-10 yan, 2-10. Hindi na yan makakascore yung wall. Sorry, Dan, pero...
Pressure down B.
PRX kami.
Asa si Dan?
It's a really risky ploy.
Ay! Oo.
So there is that, and they're really fighting the paranoia on that too.
Si Alpha nag-redeem ng kisses. Ayan.
If Spring
kisses,
even
kissing
comes out
back.
positive in any of this, it would be incredible for him.
Oo eh. Nasa si Dan eh.
In the meantime, look at where the spike's going, Mike.
I think if he can show presence or something actually. Forsaken's walked all the way up as well.
They don't know about
Patasan
Forsaken.
mo, patasan.
Oh, it's a quick beheading. Couldn't get the follow-up on Lysor, and it might be the green light to go towards B. Still a player to hold his divider down low, but still standing and still breathing on 35.
Good job.
He takes Wyu out of the equation. Now starting to flounder a bit. You can see it
Nice.
was only their bonus, but still struggling to find the landing on this up against the 4 remaining for Paper-X.
Nice one, Davai.
That's going to be dealt with. You look at that mid lurk coming into effect too, but that's not going to find the value they want. And yeah, something clean within. Lysor still making something of this paranoia.
Dalawa na lang.
God, it's risky off the back, but still. Now the smoke dissipates on. Oh!
Nice.
It's not going down on CT. Opens up chance it Divide. Tries to find that second before the paranoia lands.
Oh!
Stop it, Wolves!
Uy, natipi lang.
One by one, they are taking down Paper-X, and Jing seems unaware of the possibility
ganda
of
ng
Spring being so
smoke.
close. Smokes of his own and a couple of TPs. How do you divide and conquer this? I do not know. All eyes drawn to that potential in the smoke. Jing steps forward, smoke goes down, and Spring finds him. Mike, I can't believe what I just
My
saw.
God.
Version on the bonus here. Talked about the threat with all those Bulldogs. It looks like Paper-X initially come out with a win to catch this kill, but not just that, the information that Wolves descended
Kaya
on the
yan.
side. But some key pieces of utility, key damage towards Divide in that initial exchange.
Okay, Yuki, thank you for sending a lot of stuff.
Pays off massively for Wolves.
I was surprised.
Get themselves the upper hand here to kick off
Something
map 2.
maayos.
And I'm waiting with bated breath, right? Because that's the huge start for them. Because I feel like once you get Paper-X on the
Sige,
attack,
pwede matalo.
right, able to control the tempo, kind of do what they please. But if you can stake a good claim for yourselves, the opportunity is yours. Wyu, quick reminder. The Paper-X lethal no matter the weaponry.
Oo nga eh.
That's going to be an upgrade for something.
Skin
Might pass that over
That's
depending on
the
the shield situation, but still, good stall here.
Oh
And
yeah, drone cancelled.
massive.
Depend
Nice kill.
Depend lang.
Is he going to get to live here? There's a lot of targets.
Nice. Okay.
Nakuha siya.
Hindi yun makakapatay. Bad trip yun si something.
Si Pat Ninong nakuha.
There ain't no
Wala
3v3,
na, patay
sure,
na.
but look at the HP of Lysor. See if BB does have his ult, but I don't think he can get away from
Oh
that.
no.
So Spring waiting. Now sees that. Forsaken, are you aware? Going to be held up back towards heaven. The two players on site can focus towards short.
Good job.
Nice first frame, but he goes down.
Yung mga traps ko
And
sa
now
Pearl
something in
kanina
Divine needs to come
napanood ko lang
together
kay
in this.
Tensen.
Somehow figure it out.
Jenny!
From Lysol was lovely. Leaving Divine.
Hell.
You got one more of those. You've done it before. You had the ace before. The man is a monster. He's got to prove it now.
No! Sabi sa'yo, di nakakapatay yan si Something.
Good job! Good job, Something! Ay, Davay pala. Si Davay pala yun. Kala ko naman si Something.
Oh, ito na naman tayo.
Ang galing ni Davay ngayon! Oh my God, on fire.
Continuing to deliver here today in this series.
Ang galing ni Davay ngayon.
Backfire din.
Diba?
Backfire din, finally.
Yes.
Sira na yung song.
I love you, Davay.
Ang ang galing ni Davay ngayon.
As rough as
Oo
well,
nga.
the reset
So,
again.
parang delete kayo ng konti.
Safe initially,
Ay, talaga.
Ay,
position
tense
from
lang eh.
CFAT, BB.
Hi,
Oo,
Alpha.
wait, refresh ko.
Sige, wag mo muna. Ginawa ko talaga sa iyo yung mga ibang redeems para hindi mo na ako tunurin sa tubig, Alpha. Para sa iyo talaga yung mga redeems na yan.
Sit towards that.
Hindi na tripwire yan ang haba.
Nearby now.
Dayan.
And he gathered too, so a nice
Ano
early
yun?
step. Fast mid take coming out from the Wolves.
Potential to backstab this. I think they're reading into maybe some deep presses. Yeah, we'll catch the backside of something for sure. And the second player.
That is bravery.
Something! Ikaw naman ngayon yung nagkakala.
Doubling down, it's a mistake and a punish. Is why
Hindi
you
niya
lap that
natagawin
up.
okay.
And now that B-side looks so vulnerable.
Oy! Oo nga, ba't ang late natin?
Flash.
Oh, what?
Find Divide as well. And actually, yeah, that might just
Planted na. Go B, go B.
Mag-eco na lang sila?
flag put up from Paper X here to hold on to these weapons.
Apat pa. Ay, 5
No
pa.
point feeding into this potentially with
Oo nga,
Juicy.
save na.
Guys, yukaw low.
Close to that
Yukaw
ultimate
low.
springs,
Lipat na
actually, already
tayo.
on the
Pitasin
hunt.
nyo yan. Pitasin nyo.
He wants to prevent any semblance of safety here. Still remaining Paper X players.
Sakis naman
position
daw
in
ako
spawn mode.
lulunurin ni Alpha.
Still maybe a question
Okay
mark
lang.
if they're in towards market or
At least di mo kailangan mag-CR.
Legit. Walang bio break every 15 minutes.
Oo nga.
Dahil sa'yo.
yeah, usually you talk about discipline and that was a lack
Pangit,
of
pag
respect
uwo ka na,
for something.
kailangan kong
Didn't
sabihin
even
yung
get a shot
uwo,
off.
kala mo.
Why he was just so quick to that.
Yeah, they seem really aware. Again, this kind of, it's not necessarily that regional matchup at all, but, you know, scrim partners and the information on this ahead of that swing, it was really well
Ganda.
dismantled. Again,
Grabe
Sacred
talaga to.
Protocol just felt it was too late.
Kanina pa yan.
There's no trade to be there.
I think,
Desperation.
yeah, again, once you know it's the drone that's come forward, you're not just swinging onto YU there. Again, it's almost an expected
Okay, last na score na yan ng ano,
They
ng
want to
wall.
post something on a much deeper sideline. Again, the Prowler's sent through
Hi
as well.
Alpha,
So
maglalaro kayo
it's actually
after
Wolves
ng
that have the
DCs.
upper
Hindi
hand
ko
in
lang
terms of
sure, parang
information
hindi na
games.
sila
It's a question
maglalaro
mark
eh.
for Paper
Pero
X,
ako baka
actually.
maglaro
Who's
ako.
behind that?
Wala na akong gagawin sa work.
The punish, unfortunately, there for them.
Ano?
Will leave them with a 4-1 deficit now. Timeout call.
Hindi ko alam kasi hindi ko kaya
A
pa niya.
purchase.
Try.
Considering,
Kung kaya.
yeah, considering the
Depende kung
rifles behind this, maybe
masyadong masakit tong game na to or
for something to offset that slightly.
Kaya
kakayanin
yan.
ko pang mabuli ng G2.
O, para sa
The
FNC.
Stinger coming into this, but already a
Nga eh,
fantastic
for Boaster.
start for Wolves. Looking composed.
Sana FNC
Got
tsaka
Zero for Fade
PRX.
talking about how much actually
Charis.
those days off have paid off because they've had.
Hindi
We
nga
said
sa
with the
finals,
comeback in
sino ba
Gen G, the
makakatapat?
resilience shown, that takes a lot from a team, even if they're all
So lahat,
on their
yung
feet on the stage and
mananalos
stuff.
dito,
Hi, Shin.
Behind closed
yung
doors,
maglalaban
no
sa
doubt,
grand
no doubt
final.
that reset absolutely.
Ano, mangyari ano.
Mananalo, oo.
Mananalo mag-upper bracket, tapos babagsak ng lower bracket. Yung nandito yung mananalo sa lower bracket, kalaban ng girl.
Sa grand
So, dalawang
final.
talo. Yeah, yung dalawang talo ngayon maglalaban.
Oh. So may chance
Pag
pa
sino
yung
na-
mga matatalo
Ay, sorry,
dito.
dalawang...
Pag sino nanalo dito, waiting na sa finals. Tapos,
Oo.
lalaglag sa lower bracket tong ano,
Yung matatalo.
Tapos, yung mananalo sa lower bracket, makakalaban ng
Oh, yeah. I'm
talo
sorry.
dito.
So,
Yeah.
magiging grand finalist yung mananalo sa lower bracket.
Pop the knives.
Oo. Tapos, ito na, waiting na rin yung mananalo dito.
Not necessarily looking
Tapos yung
like
matatalo
as
dito,
bad a situation here for
makakalaban
That's-
niya yung nanalo sa lower round.
Sa lower bracket.
navigate their way round the pit.
Looks like it, right?
So TP back here from
So, may dalawang chance yung lahat ng matatalo dito.
collapse on
Pwede pang,
B-side.
pwede
Very
pang
quick.
manalo.
Why you spring?
Kung sino matatalo dito, may chance pa mag,
Can we just,
manalo
like,
sa lower bracket,
highlight the fact
makatapat
of
ng
doing that
mananalo
something
dito.
twice now. He's been outswung. If you don't think these wolves are gunners, you are absolutely wrong. But now they've manipulated the map well. Now they want to maybe hit
Baka
that
mag-flash
point back
score.
in again. And this is where those things are going to start suffering. You're not in the right place from the Jinx. He's going to hold his ground.
Depende pag ginabad ako,
Come on,
Alba.
Jing.
Tries to escape and he gets out at least for now. Patrick's found Mike, Story's got support. Spring.
Oh!
Nice.
Nice one!
Nice.
Nice! Good job, Batman! Good job! Good job! Philippines round! Philippines round!
Yan, kanina ko pa inaantay.
Diba?
Ang bulok niya sa Lotus kanina eh.
Oh, 8:15 siya kanina.
Ay, ano, ang ganda. Philippines round! Ang bilis ng kamay niya para mag-send ng sticker sa lapag, no?
Yeah.
Semblance of comfort back in the coach booth whatsoever.
Ano man, na-racing ko natin. Yung
Back in
sticker
hand now
din
for
sa
something. All stacked up in mid now. The smoke
Kahit di pa patay kalaban mo, papaspray ka.
for the time being.
Rinig kasi yun eh, no? Pag nag-spray ka.
Juicy going to try and pave the way.
Rinig. Oh! Good job! Nakapatay na si Samti.
And he gets out of danger. Trying to combine it with a Hunter's Fury, but it finds no value really.
Nilipad yung sa
And now Forsaken just stands his
Good
ground.
job!
This feels like it's fallen flat here for Wolves. Paper X getting a good read and a good idea. It's going to need a hero to stand on the wall. Spring's done well.
Pita si
with Batman.
Patman.
Doesn't
Takot
expect
kay
to buy,
Patman.
so close.
Good job,
Nice!
revenge.
Straight to
Very
divide
good.
there.
Come on.
And now just
Dalawa na lang, dalawa na lang. Papuntang
the
B.
2v4, Mike.
Ano?
Kaya ate, ano mga kamusta ate, ano?
Dalawa, B main.
Issue being something is
Sige ate,
posted up. The operator.
kasi ate, hindi
Not many
napapakams
tools
talaga.
left to. I haven't said that.
Niready ko na yung pancit
Juicy with a
canton
full belt
kanina.
almost.
Para pag nagutom ako, lutuin ko na lang.
Wow, line ups.
Ay,
Chi, nagaya si Mex kanina.
Saan?
Paper X can sit in this
Bukas
formation.
daw.
I think actually Wolves.
Saan?
Wala pa eh. Nagaya lang siya. Kasi nasa Pasig lang daw siya today. Tomorrow.
Sige.
Why you 450
Tara.
Spring 1350 and
Tara.
Longshore
Joke lang.
scrape together any funds here.
Tayong dalawa? Sige. Saan daw ba?
Paper X
Hindi
will
ko pa
fight.
alam eh. Nag-iisip siya kanina eh.
Keep things honest in the start of ascent.
Pag ako yun, babarin ko si ate Cindy. Pag
Oo nga. Lagi niya ginagawa sa akin yun.
Para kabado.
Oo.
Tapos mag-flick si
Nagulat ako,
Cindy.
sisigaw ako. Salbahe.
na ano ko yun eh, na-save ko.
Ang galing, ang bilis ng lingon,
ang proud.
diba?
Ang proud niya pa eh.
Oh, nakakainis
Parang
kayo.
sabi niya, yung, hindi ko na, hindi daw niya ma-send yung clip. Sabi ko naman, oh, sayang nga yung ace mo, hindi mo ma-clip. Puta, iba pala yung na-clip niya.
Send ko kasi.
Ay, good job, good take.
Oo nga.
Ah,
Uy.
nakaganti. Low na yung juicy, low na yung juicy.
There's no pressure towards middle, but he's very paranoid about it. They want in on this. Still not noting him. The stall's there. If they try and disrespect it, it's going to be brutal. And it
Nice.
Oh, nakabalik. Nakaganti.
Oh no.
You're 1 HP. You
Grabe.
don't want to be doing this sort of stuff.
Ay na, bawing-bawi.
Now Spring left in a 1v2.
Sige, bomb drop ha. May ulti ba yung
So
ano,
unwilling
Spring?
to deny that scale up towards
Wala.
B was
Wala
the
naman.
right idea.
They're wrapping the spike as well.
Near lang ha.
Both Jing and something.
This guy's paranoia, smoke,
Short
teammates.
yun, no?
A bit of kit here to play with though, Mike.
He's left guessing.
Ano, nakuha na, Be. Nasa loob ng
Potentially,
ano.
yeah, going to get himself a.
Diyos ko naman to, mga tao na to. Hindi binabantayan yung spike.
Smoke towards CT kind of implies he's not expecting this wrap.
Okay lang, 2v1.
pa muna siya baril.
TP should be
nga,
noted
okay
to
lang.
that paranoia. What do you do with it?
Kaso loob ng
Yeah.
state.
Yung 2v1 na yan, kayang-kayang
Ano?
balik na rin yan eh. Uy!
Yes!
Good job! Something!
And he's going to take a stand on that one. But it felt
Something!
like Wolves were so headstrong in wanting to
Good
hit towards that B
job.
side, but scaling up just didn't feel right
Ito ba
there.
yun? Ito na.
Initially, that first kill was a Forsaken. Yeah, Forsaken gets caught
Ano
here.
yung huli siya ng net eh?
Again, you look at the minimap
Oo.
at that moment, and there is a huge gap in the Paper X defense. So Athens, I mean, Juicy picks up a little momentum, but that kill there, he was down to 1 HP.
May Viper na pala siya.
Short to connect from here,
Na-3 yung bawas, gago.
just as the door is about to close,
Ano yun? Bucky? Shorty.
potentially sealing that
Malakas
top
ah.
spot for Wolves.
Manahimik sila din sa mga pag-trash talk kaya.
Felt like it. And now
Huwag mo
Wolves
naman
starting to run dry,
mahabulan,
looks like.
1-4
Again,
tangin.
when we're talking about these sort of big stage games, it is that level of comfort on here when you're under the gun, because yes, they
Klase
did
naman
lose
trash
out
talk
towards
dyan.
Sen early on, but beyond that, they've not really dropped a map.
Nanahimik sila
They've,
sila.
they've been on that kind of momentum run. So now they're starting to hit that brick wall.
Meron po
Like you
sila.
kind of expect it in towards these sort of games, the caliber just keeps increasing. I want to see how well they do in this.
Nanonood
Obviously,
din
they
si Mex
did great
eh.
against Gen G. That to me was the tick in the box.
Inaaya ko sumali sa watch party. Inaaya ko
Yeah.
nga eh.
Like everything else, I'd be like, okay, maybe people underestimated them. Maybe they.
Yeah, because you have that
know.
step up again for playoffs where it's like obviously the stakes get raised, and we're not talking about elimination for Wolves, but certainly the caliber
Ay,
increases.
magkakaw sila ni
pressure
Kevin.
definitely
Ay, may nag-hydrate.
correlates with that.
Ay, ano ba yan? Para
And
naman
then you step
panga.
into a
Si
series
Alpha?
versus Paper
Hindi,
X.
si Morgan naman
Gen
to.
G being an international titan, but
Paper X,
Kala
I
ko si
mean,
Alpha
God,
pala.
I said it,
no introduction when it comes to the international stage.
truly not. And again, I think that
Ito
because of their
naiinom
lack
na.
of,
Wait lang.
you know, let's say international trophy,
Madunod
there has
ka
been
ba
that
dyan?
worry about
Keep
them, how well they
hydrated,
do their
Morgan.
expectations. But they are still a grand finalist team, right?
Oh,
That's
absolutely, yeah.
that's just something that doesn't even need to be said half the time. But at this point, they've course corrected well. They've
N ha.
got everything back to where they like it.
Uy.
And for something he's going to, he knows where the man is.
Alam niyang walang
Yeah, that
mid-top
was
ang
quickly.
puta.
You see on the minimap as well.
Yung
Situation
may nakabantat
developing
na.
outside A
Galing.
site.
Hindi.
The Knights gonna
Nakatingin
give an
si
aim for a cross.
Patman.
Ah, wala.
Ah, si ano, sorry. Forsaken pala.
With a
Guluhan
rifle
ako.
here and- Oh, that
Hindi,
is
cheater
great.
yun.
Pa-fade
Paki-report.
kasi.
Alam,
This feels
nagwo-wall
very
hack.
classically Paper X as well, but a dangerous
Wall
position,
hack.
I would say. He could get
Kailangan
out
pala
from
talaga
here.
mataas
He's on
yung
his own,
palipad
but you
mo
saw the rotation
ng
route
drone
coming up
yan.
from
Drone.
something, so
Masisira
we'll
ko
have to
pag
build back
ano.
away. Let's see, he's obviously
Maalam
given
din.
a couple of seconds
Oo,
and
di
actually plays
Sova.
back in something.
Kailangan mataas ang
You don't
lipad.
often see fights this deep
Mm.
on the map, but
Pag silip nyo, nakatipi out.
Yeah, Paper X just don't want Wolves to sit back,
Ba't ang lapit? Ba't ang lap? Ah,
and
yun.
set up
Umalis
here,
na.
preventing any rotation.
Ang
back
lapit
towards
ni
the B side of the
Patman.
map. Patman still
Nandiyan na
controlling this
naging
space,
pot.
and actually Knife will reveal
Mm.
everything if he threw it.
Ang footstep.
Probably still knowing exactly what's going on.
Yeah, look
They've
at
got
this.
the, yeah, the
30 seconds left.
snake
Ang
bite and the
gandang
fragment.
pwesto nila nun.
Oh,
Tangina
this
mo,
is
ang
an
dami
awful
nung
sight to have
nandito.
to try and approach.
Nakastuck sa
basically
B,
dry
oh.
at this point.
Good
Yeah,
job.
Juicy.
Ay,
still
E
gonna
pala.
get chained down, but okay, guys,
Nice.
you were planned for this. Divine
Isa na lang,
has
Lisa Ward na lang.
himself.
Ano? Nice.
Nice!
Tibag, tibag.
Diva. 5-4 now, tipping the scales on their side. And I've got to say, Wolves looking a little bit shaken by this.
Yeah, and I guess I don't want to say lost for answers, but unable to
Kaya lang nag-uwi na ano naman siya nun.
some of these
Basta
approaches
yun.
that Paper X are displaying here on the scent.
Uy, a whiff.
Oo nga, kita mo rin.
Yeah, surprise.
May ganyan kang mga moments minsan, Andre, nakakaya. Kala ko kami lang yung mga naggaganong-ganon ni Corin pala.
Paper X watch party love
Meron yung
that
time
one.
na
Right
sobrang
before we go back
talaga.
through, buy back in play.
Yung
And it looks simplistic in approach, it looks direct, and something looks to turn this operator into a shotgun. I mean,
Pupush talaga nila yung ano.
it's a really risky play. It's
Sunday daw ba pwede si CD sabi niya?
Nice. Nice. Nice.
just in towards the Aldrone.
Kaso,
And he's still standing. He looks like he wants to absolutely pop off here.
Oh.
And he is.
One more. Durugin nyo yung wall. Dali.
Asan yung
Nasa
ulti
wine,
ni
nasa
Deadlock?
wine.
Why you looking to
Wala.
try and take
Hindi
this
na
one to sight?
pinag-
But something's
Pinatawag
been
sa
dominant
putang
about
ina
this
ba?
so far. The double swing position noted.
Sunday daw sabi ni Max Cindy.
Hungry For his
Sige.
4-3 already in the
Ay,
round.
Sunday.
There's not much to be done
Sige.
for YU here, Mike.
Sunday.
Sige, sunod ako.
Now,
Nueva Vizcaya.
solid idea of where he's at.
Layo ko,
Just want to
tangina.
decisively close out round 10 here.
No escape.
Sige, takbo.
Oh,
Run and nowhere to hide.
good job. Yan tama yung
Gets his
hinahunting,
fourth, and he
hindi
is
yung
just getting
pinapalaya.
Scarier and
Habulin
scarier
nyo.
as the game goes on.
Like they're channeling into that 6th gear.
Sana ito.
Putting up now 5 rounds
Tapang
unanswered
gago.
for PaperX.
Galit na si ano,
Oh,
something.
Did start a 4-1
Kanina, halos
here.
napapalalim siya mag...
The Tides certainly
Yes.
have
Good job. Naganti na siya ng payo eh.
Oo nga eh. Dapat lang.
Oo. Pag
Okay.
inupisahan ng kalaban,
I guess from
ganti
Fade
ka
to
na
try
din.
and recover things here.
Mhm.
Hope for a
Ayan na.
6-6. Actually see if Fat BB
Siya na yung
want to really
nagko-coach.
lead this dialogue.
IGL ba nila Shupa?
IGL eh.
Oo.
it's not
Ah.
Fade. This is the captain.
Actually magaling siya, kaso lang
Oo, magaling.
mayabang lang
Nakakasar
talaga siya. Oh.
Mayabang.
Starting to mount.
Ang galing niya sa
Because I
mga
guess this is the
clutch
uncharted
moments.
territory for this team, right? It's
Ano
Pero mas
talaga?
magaling si Davay.
Yeah, coming up
Oo,
against the
ngayon.
opponents, just can't
Ace
crack
niya kanina.
through that
Kanina
first
yung Pearl, oo.
sort of line of
Grabe.
defense.
Sinunod niya lahat ng
Yung
ace round.
Lotus,
These
sorry.
guys really earned their money, to be
Yung
honest.
sa B-side, no?
It's coming up with the
Talino.
goods here.
It's all good and well to have a Cinderella runs, right? And it's why we love them. They're such fun to witness. But the reality is normally that fairy tale falls short. There's been very few occasions where it's gone the whole distance. You could argue EG at Champs was probably one of the only ones that ever made it.
The outlier, yeah.
That is it. PaperX have been
Stop mo sila
that
sa
fairy tale
Tama
run in
lang.
the past, but they never quite made it themselves.
Pero legit, ang hirap
Of course, they have to
umenter
face
na
that
bang kasi sa
reality
map
now.
na.
How bad do you want it? Do you
sige.
have really what it takes to push someone like PaperX away from something they are singularly focused on? That grand final is what they want. Jing gonna draw blood.
job.
Juicy not getting what he needs there.
Walang napita si
A
Juicy.
tag or
Okay
two,
lang.
but Forsaken happy with that. Something will follow up here. YU will fall. Now, actually, pretty aggressive,
Nice,
but
nice.
PaperX
One na lang, one na lang.
will correct.
Ayun yan.
Let's just see Fat BB now.
Galing niya sa
But this is when it's rough to play against PaperX. They know when to keep on pressuring. Don't allow you any say in the round.
Hanggang 4 na lang yan, 13-4.
That's 6 now. With no response.
Ang gago.
Beautiful.
Didn't even look like that was going to land as well.
Simply lovely from PaperX. And as I said, the pressure
Kala ko
starts
sasaksayan ni
weighing on the
something,
chest for Wolves. It's still a manageable
wala.
scoreline.
So hindi, it's
Babay.
either tone daw ng
But we can see
gabi
these
or
rounds and they're
Sunday.
feeling
Pero chat
these
na lang
rounds,
daw
and
si
there's
Mex
aggression again. Something wants that
bukas.
deeper
Sige.
line. And he's got it for starters.
Sabi ko naman wala man akong gagawin.
So
Kaya,
playing against PaperX, though, when they
Kidding
get
lang.
themselves ahead,
Drake,
they know to not
pwede niya
let up.
mawal bang...
Wolves can potentially find a 7-5 here. It will be.
Yeah.
Big tick in the box.
Oh, bang on.
Ita siya.
That wherewithal, that discipline, that capability in the high pressure games now is the biggest test for them. Looking a little fraught here
sino
so
man ang
far.
mga manok
Last
ay
couple of
wall,
rounds just
doon kayo sa far away.
quite been in the wheelhouse. And again,
Pati si
time on
Mex,
the knives.
ang manok ay PRX.
Fragment to prevent anybody slipping the smoke.
PRX naman tayo, Chi, ah.
By
Kaya nga. Ang pinaparinggan ko lang si Dan, malay mo
tucked
nakikinig.
into logs because PaperX can't sit in this formation.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I mean,
Oh,
Device.
beautiful.
It does
Uy,
one
nag...
thing that's worked in their favor. He
Overpeak.
tries to lean a little forward, gets
Pero good
punished.
damage
Okay.
naman. Nice
The
one.
Guardian in
Nakuha
this
na
one,
si
keeping them
ano,
at bay. And look
Lizar.
at who slipped towards the site in the meantime. Jing still here, doing the dance.
Oh.
Cuts it well.
Nice.
Takes
Good
it
No.
pick,
down.
good pick.
Forsaken.
Dalawa.
That's one.
Sige, 1v.
2v1. Antayin mo na,
Yeah.
antayin mo na,
Yeah.
antayin mo na.
Wolves side has to
Sabi ni Forsaken, what if tapakan?
Really is. Wolves' resilience
Nabini.
will be tested once more.
What if i-avail
To try
natin
and
to
come
para
back here.
makuha? Diba?
Said 7-5.
Papahitin na lang si Air.
Pistol round
Ganun lang, no?
potentially
Mag-crush
that makes this such a a huge deficit to come up against.
Yeah, they've got their work cut out now for Wolves. This is a tough scenario. Paper X, singular in their goal, eyeing up that grand final, but they're not there yet.
Iyan lang nakangiti ng mga yan. Ano kayo mapansasabi nila?
Themselves. And it seems like we're about to send it over to Vansili with Sid City standing by.
Nagpapalaki na rin ang katawan si mga Sagan eh.
Oo nga.
Boxing daw
Nag-gym
sila.
siya.
Kaya pala nagkaroon si Patman nung nakaraan. Nagbabasketball pala sila. Sabi niya daw. Ano daw? Muscle,
LeBron kasi yun yung ginawa niya.
Oo. Muscle, memory.
Muscle memory.
Petbron.
Ayun na naman yung Lorox. So, kitang-kita talaga siya sa
The
dilim.
East Coast of Canada hasn't had an event like this in a long time. And Los Angeles always has events like this.
Out of
So
nowhere,
I
biglang
feel like you guys are
iniisip ko tayo.
super excited to finally be here in person and watching the games. Like, you guys are insane.
Kahit ang lit ng ilaw, lumulutang siya parang sortang.
And now you've played, you have some experience playing in game changers before, so you have an eye
Sabi
for skill.
talaga ni Mexi Monyet
so far
talaga yung may
between
balance
Paper
sa
X and
PRX.
Who do you have your eye on so far?
Okay, honestly, at first I wasn't gonna say this, but after that ace with the deagle on that diffuse round, Divide.
So does that mean Divide and Paper X are taking a series?
Yeah, I mean, I got PRX rocket on my sleeve right now, so I think they're
Ano
gonna
si
scare
Yain?
me, so I don't make it a
Hi,
close
Yain.
match, but I think PRX
Hindi
is
na
gonna
tayo
close it
nakakalaro.
out. I'm
Miss
sorry,
you na.
Wolves. I'm sorry.
Uy,
It's
gusto ko
been
nga
great,
po
though.
makalaro yung may-ari ng
You know what to do? It's time to
Onyokay.
Gusto ko daw nila makalaro.
Kaya nga, gusto ko rin makalaro.
Nakalaro ko sila kanina.
Pasalihin mo nga sa,
Vansili's sending on
Lechopo
that.
community yun.
He's such a bold man. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
he's actually been rehearsing.
Hello,
that for the last few
super
days.
shy,
here in the
super
hotel.
shy.
Owls, yeah.
Yeah, fair play. And they're
Watch
going to need a couple
tayo.
because 4 rounds
Panalo na tong
isn't many,
PRX.
right?
Itaga mo sa
Paper X
bato.
sat on 8.
Ay, baka
See how the
ma-jinx.
Coinbase Econ report, kind of just the lay of the land, really. And it has been a bit of a something show
Ang
in
bilis
my
ko pa
mind.
naman
He has
maka-jinx.
elevated. I was worried after that first round with the operator. It didn't seem to phase him. He was right back into business.
Yeah, and I think the issue being now coming into the second half, you see the string of rounds. It's been collected by Paper X. Wolves haven't had much of a say in some of these losses. Yes, coming down to maybe a 1v1 here and there, but all the crucial kills feel as if they went
Nai-stress na si
Paper X's
Coach.
way. Like I said, we started at a 4-1 scoreline.
Kahit nga na-clutch ni Davay
Being
kanina,
8-4,
stress
a
pa rin
pistol
siya eh.
and a round two can often seal the fate of the team.
Siyempre, mukhang
Juicy on the line here. First contact
lang
made.
yung papasukan nila.
And a third now noted. That's a lot of info. Sifa BB is being bold about this, but he's been revealed. He's been just about everything, but they've weathered the storm.
Yeah, I think initially there, the further investment in utility implied that Paper X were going to follow through, but maybe the Prowler catching on CUFAT BB.
Ano na, 8-4. Oh, hindi
I think that's
curse.
potentially
Perfect.
a little bit of a stack.
The timing on this. Lysol. Lovely timing on that, but something is free. A little bit of a dink though, going to do some serious
Nice
work.
one for second.
Spring's already down low, now even lower.
Low. Nice. Nice.
Dalawa na lang, dalawa na lang.
The A side is their
Good
goal.
job.
The plant's going to be in.
YU
Ah,
and
saka
CUFAT
serious.
BB. A
May near na
2v4.
3.
Couple of members of Paper X tagged up, but
narinig ka ate.
Oo nga, 3 na ha. Expected
swing
yun
this
na
in Wolves'
dapat
favour.
yan.
Have to overcome the odds. Paper X is
Ayan na.
poised for anybody to step out.
Oh, nakuha pa. Ay!
Grabe.
Yeah, but YU's
Oh my
got
God.
something
Good job. One more, one
Nice
more.
string. Nice
Very
string.
low na yan, very low.
Ayan.
Nice
Yes!
one.
Nice.
Nice
Nice.
one. Natingin sa mapa. Good job.
Paper X take another step in the right direction.
On the brink of double digits.
0 to,
Yet
0
soon
to.
as they find, I guess what they perceive as a point of weakness, they follow through. Wolves not able to even backtrack. Well invested here in round two as well.
Rinig ako.
Don't want to leave anything up to chance.
Oh, humiga
Hello,
pa.
hello, hello. Rinig ako.
Oo, rinig.
Oo, oo.
Oo, oo, oo.
Except for Patman, Forsaken.
Cellphone na ako, sight ng likod ko.
Flash in's only gonna
Ba't masakit? Dapat
slow down the
nagpapamassage ka.
inevitable, it feels. Maybe toying with the idea of contesting that orb, but doesn't happen. I think Paper X probably smell something.
There's a trap around that corner, guys. I'm pretty sure. Feels weird over there.
Gusto lang nakabantay dun sa
If he falls, it would be a prize possession garnered.
I was curious there if Forsaken was going to show some utility on the other side of the map, because it's just Lysor, but Devi actually is calling a cancel.
Parang may narinig ako nanonood sa mga FB na ano.
That's one.
Matapos malaman ng
And it's cleared systematically, one by one. The flash through smoke is nice. See that BB is already noticed.
Low.
Can't really fall away from the stairs. Jing already takes the
Wow.
Good job.
Looking locked in here, Mike.
Nasa A pa yung galing, ha? Apat kayo.
Diligence this time around.
Walang barel.
That's when it really
Pistol lang yan. Baka naman. Baka may mapetas pa sa inyo yan.
Kind of to sweat in this scenario.
City Omen, care?
The second guess.
Good job!
Ano ba, Chi? Saan ka ba?
For Paper X. This
Siya ano, coach nila.
That's it.
It's huge.
Ay, sorry. Good job, PRX!
Info eh.
Good job, PRX! Sorry po. Mabilis ako maawa sa mga underdog.
Wala daw, chill game na sila.
Okay.
Huwag mo sabihin yan.
Ay, sorry.
Wag muna.
13-4.
Sakit pa rin yung, ano ba yun? 11-4 ba yun?
Oo.
Nag-11-13. My God.
Mas masakit yung rank ko kahapon, 12-5. Natalo pa. Ang ina.
Nakahabol, 12-5.
Naglaro ako. Last round na, tang ina. Nakambak pa kami, 12-5.
Ito, sakit nun. Buti wala ako dun.
Sim, kasi di mo sinamahan gamit yung account natin si Hindi.
I mean, it's a huge ultimate to have in the bonus, so you know they're going to want to come for this orb.
Ay, wala nang net yun.
Here it is. They're
Naubos
taking
nyo na.
the
Actually, Lysor and Spring do peel away.
Nulti na siya, si Tatman. Nulti nga siya.
Now they've cleared B main. If you're looking at one side, they cleared B main. So they might leave YU here, but you can already see that rotation coming in from Juicy.
Nagbabago ng technique yung ano, yung kalaban ha.
Just yet. I think maybe going to prioritize towards short here to catch somebody out. They don't want to walk into this choke point.
No, and that's going to encourage.
Ko-commit sa A, ko-commit sa A.
Wow!
Galing.
And it could be a lethal one at that Juicy. It's like a jump as well.
What the fuck is happening?
Winnable.
Okay lang.
Good job.
Ilang bonus round?
Sila eh. Oo.
Kaya ni Forsaken yan.
With 20 seconds, he's got to make a miracle out of this.
Miracle.
Forsaken.
Nakaisa. Ba't ka
Ba't nag-gun
Ned's
out?
Just an armor or shield to repurchase here for Juicy.
Dapat expected mo na nandoon kasi nandun yung spike.
Paper X is going to come back in, and because Pac-Man only brought a sheriff to the party,
Spike down A.
it's almost rinse and repeat here. Not out of the woods just yet.
Ganda ng click nun.
Cannot get the
Hindi, kamba.
Yan yung Chinese accent. Welcome back.
Building up his players, right? Keeping them confident, trying to keep them in the game.
Kambak.
He's going to have to keep doing that.
Kambak
For
home.
Paper X, don't stop. Even in their losses, they will still play confident games. And something taking space. Solo Endeavor. Two players on the other side. Teamfat, BB, and Lysor playing top mid off the back of that trip placed in as well. So they've got a lot to play off of here. A very difficult scenario. Pac-Man on that deeper line in case someone does swing. And it's got to be those early protocols being cleared.
I mean, it is a duelist's nightmare to play into this composition.
Uy, nag-pick na.
But Lysor.
Good job ang galing nabasag.
Still have that trip. So they can still have confidence behind them. They've read it wrong to an extent, right? They're kind of falling for this fade pressure on towards B main, but we know where it's heading. Paper X are once again eyeing up this A site.
Ma-detect lang ni Pac-Man talaga yung
You got Juicy still here, you got Spring still here, but Paper X are right at the door now. And away they go. Something looks the wrong way.
No.
Spring does well. Great paranoia too. Tries to slow the roll here, buy time for these rotations. pressure from main held back by the smoke, but Divide gonna lean forward. Lurch closer. Juicy play in the corner.
Nice, Divide.
Looks for the follow.
Oh no.
Na-trade, pero okay lang.
Hindi na mapatay si
3v2,
Spring.
3v2.
Down to a 3v2. Man to the good for PaperX, and now
Plant mo lang, bebe ko. Plant mo lang.
Galing ng ano nila, palilitan ng tips.
Oo. May heaven ah. Patayin yung IGL na yan para wala nang ano.
Gotta see discipline.
Uy, nakikita siya dun.
Nakita yung peaks.
That third is a
though.
problem. That third
May nakikot naman sa trip. Nahapos na.
Nice, Jake.
Good job, good job.
Nice,
Good
Jake.
job, good job, good job, good job.
11 rounds to their name.
Nice one.
11 rounds to their name. Pilig niya yan.
A tough loss here for Wolves. Like I said, with the bonus being as well invested as it was.
13-5.
One enemy remaining.
May ulti si Jing ha. Chill lang ha. Pitas-pitas muna, pitas-pitas. Pwede nyo nga i-bomb drop eh. Charis.
Makikita ko, Charo na.
At hindi na-try ko tong knife na to dun sa ano maganda siya gamitin.
Aling knife? Yung kay Jing?
Yun ba yun yung ano, laruan?
Oo.
Oo, ganda.
You can start hearing that music play, can't you? That 12th round looking likely. But in its way,
Feel na feel ko siya eh, kaso natalo yung comeback ko na laro.
a team with a whole lot of hopes here.
Sayang.
PaperX, they've got their own plan in mind. And that's
Oh no.
Nice one. What a TP, sayang.
Wow.
Okay lang na saan yung ulti.
Actually aren't in a position to capitalize elsewhere. They're spread so
Gusto
thin.
mo sa meron.
Spike not committed anyway just yet. It's that man advantage.
Pwede na umenter guys. Wala namang visa lang.
For Wolves.
Nice.
Batman, big kill there on towards Juicy. And that knife should reveal at least one
Hindi ko
more.
lang
So
naman
will
sa
they
yung
turn away from this? Or do they just keep stepping forward? It feels
Ang galing na counter ng Rayo yung double senti.
you kind of know what you're in for here. Lysol was the one to do the damage.
Ito lang.
It looks like they're trying to trail up towards heaven.
Nice one.
Oh,
grabe.
Di, okay yung pan. Nice, nice.
Oh.
Has to go
hell ha, hell.
beyond here. One down. He's doing a dance.
Putang ina naman.
Forsaken!
Galing ni Patman, gago.
So far away.
Spike planted.
Near na sa'yo, Pat. Ay, wala pala.
Forsaken is not. I know. Oh,
Alam mo?
Gago pa, muntik pa.
I thought it was possible.
GGS? GGS?
And the final stand.
Commendable daw, commendable.
For Wolves.
Tahimik tuloy sila. Dapat
Ano, tayo-tayo ka, Supat. Dali.
PaperX able to wait
Flex
out,
mo yung
Pampahype
masses.
lang.
navigate their way into this defense.
Go, Supat. Ganun ka, oh.
Everything they need, it comes down to a fine margin once again. The PaperX undeterred in terms of finances here, a couple of ultimates.
Sabi niya,
Like
okay lang,
zone.
okay lang daw.
The side of Wolves actually,
tahimik tuloy sila. Ay, mahirap.
members just run away from some of these key ultimates, but
Comeback
didn't even
daw.
get a chance to see them.
Super science yung kami kalaban.
No command here from Pac-Man.
Okay. Anti-setup though, which is nice. So they're still going to get a bit of a reward from this, right? It starts
Nice
feeling very,
naman
very
na.
likely. Layers of ult
Tapos
though.
world kita ni Pid.
Lysol could be in trouble here.
Puta low.
See if that baby trying to get on site, but Juicy got unattended, unchecked, and he's rewarded.
No.
Kills on
Okay na,
two.
kuha.
Fighting
Kaya pa
mode
yan,
would
kaya
be
pa yan.
mythical at this point, but for PaperX, they are left in tatters. Mike, I don't know if they could do it just these two players. Desperation play.
Oh,
from
what a
Patman.
flash.
Go, Patman. Go, Patman. Go, Patman. No.
Feels like the inevitable with three
Sayang.
still alive.
Hirap na sila naman
Clinging
mabuli.
to life here, the neural theft being the
Pero
catalyst for
syempre,
PaperX. They know
Ang ina
they
niya,
have
isa
to
na lang.
break the site then.
Sana lang ah,
Wala
sana lang ah.
down to just a lick of
Nagpa-flashback
HP.
kay Andre yung talo niya kanina.
No chance for them to sit back and try and defend that, but
Tagla ko nga na 12-5.
Juicy really the one to stop this from
Sakit ng gago. Tang ina, naiinis ako sa kampi ko. Pabibo kasi ay.
paying off there.
Breaks the money.
Kung ano na, kung ano.
Still got ults though.
Oh, eco round pa.
Wow,
That's
yan
scary.
yung
No.
nagpapatalo eh, yung
He's had
ano.
a really
Yung
good map
nawawalan
here.
bigla sila ng pera.
Can they deny him now?
Kasi
Hindi, may
They
ultis yan.
stop it now. Spring forced away, looking a little shaky, but
Kaya
something's
nila yan.
fallen.
Napakan yung
Triple
tripwire.
totally broke it for him.
Which is a little little bit worrying. That could be a tilter for him there, because that was meant to be their kind of, I guess, main part of the piece.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a nightmare for a duelist to play into this composition. You really need that second or third man in line. Deal with that storm.
Ay, di alam, gago. Yun lang.
Deals with Jing handily.
Worried there that he'd found like the dream gap to try and punish, but not to be. Paper X trying to do what they can, and Wolves aren't allowing it. Pat Men does well towards site. TFMBB still on the back lines. Doesn't need to overextend himself. Waits for the swing. Wolves control this well, Mike.
Double digits. That's where I'll start.
Binubuhay niya kakampi na. Tangina, may ritual ata tong gago na to.
And that is a frustrating one.
Again, just looking at the minimap, there's two members here down in armor.
Pa-share naman nung
Walang bumaril nung
Dealing with a trip and something goes wild there.
trip kasi.
Bladestorm invested in that sort of round in particular. You never want to see him having to invest a knife to deal with a trip, especially with two people in close proximity.
MB, paano hinaan yung stream dito sa cellphone?
Back to work though.
Hindi kaya hold. Gusto mo hinaan ko?
Hindi, sa akin kasi nakasagad eh. Dun sa PC ko sakto lang.
Hinaan ko na lang. Okay lang.
Yan.
And this is a creep towards A though. Look at the pressure. Springs in potential trouble. Does have his paranoia if he needs it. Investment of the ult going to come down on the other side of the map though. Juicy's going to clear and give away. There's no one here, but they don't know about Jing.
Free sight.
Able to slip ahead early. They don't know about
Nice one!
Nice!
now you do.
Nice one.
No.
Naglag.
Oh my god, guys! Oh, Omen versus Omen. Kaso.
Nice one.
Nice! Okay, ended. Man.
Sayang. Ano, kunwari di niya alam, no?
Oh no.
Oh shit, ganda ng pwesto niya.
Uy, sayang. Okay lang pag nag-tap, alam niya.
Oo.
Uy, ang layo ng iniikot mo, Jing.
Jing,
Andun yung
dapat.
spike.
This could be a mistake here, but they don't know about it. Obviously, they don't know about it. The pit's gonna fall. And now you're looking at Jing. Divine strikes.
Nice.
GG.
Oh my god.
Uy, sana din na lang siya umikot, no?
Kaya nga eh.
Open yung spike. Tapos post blood pa yung pwesto. Ang ganda na ng pwesto nila doon.
Si Andre kasi.
So, yung.
Andre, leave ka muna.
Senior kasi yung 25
That's the killer instinct I want to see, though. To be able to do that against.
Ayun na, si Alex.
And I gotta say, frustration, rightfully so. They give up the pit. They play themselves out of line of sight of spike.
Naman tayo, guys.
Yes, it needs a miracle.
12 na. 12 na yan.
Pick yourself
Said we
up.
start paying attention at 10. They've broken the bike, but it's still Paper X. They can do it with classics. But something seems so unwilling to let go of this mid pressure. He wants it so badly. So Juicy's got to be careful. There is a world where he could get timed on this one. Those stingers, very, very deadly. We're going to go down. Camera here. Doesn't need to overstay his welcome. Could do with some support on CT though. They do have an open path straight across. Divide going to deny that. No one's going to be able to help out YU here. Does get to at least evade the siege, but they are right knocking at the door. Paper X have a way forward.
No damage done just yet towards the side, but actually now, why are you going to have his hands full?
Boat house.
Nice.
Okay. One down.
Plants looking like it's coming in.
Peti ko lang
You're
dyan
looking
sa
at that
labas
late
niya.
mid lurk as well coming out from Jing. Juicy tries to make some.
Nice one.
Takes no mistake, but the number's still good.
Spam.
The advantage here. Lightly timed in this though. It's all right. A little top.
Uy, nice gogo.
Oh my god!
Good job.
Wow, naiiko. Nice one.
One more.
Uy, takina, winnable na yan. No? Tatlong bando.
Philippines.
Nice. Takina, naiiko sila.
Is now
Partida, dalawa na yung Odin Taps.
Further elevation on the side of PaperX today, overcoming.
Tapos, yung stinger lang.
Quickly become a fan favorite here in
Oh, Fatman last kill.
Diba?
Puta, mukhang Pinoy mga to, gag.
Siyempre, Philippines supporting Philippines.
Pinoy yata.
An absolute banger here.
Ano?
And a 2-0 victory over Wolves.
Yabang mo kasi.
Deserve mo yan. Actually, kailangan ma-humble ka muna.
Yeah.
Pag na-humble ka na, ang galing naman kasi ni Shubat sa totoo lang. Kailangan lang niyang konting humble.
Humility eh.
Yes.
Shit! Ang galing ng VRX!
Yes!
Tangin ang lakas nila, ba't yun? Gag. Ang ano, nakakaninggit yung ano nila kayo.
Job dapat.
He even said this is a guy that's been under so much flack. Because again, it typically doesn't slip into that same sort of ethos and visual check, I guess. It's tough to really see his
Congratulations!
this roster.
Okay na.
I guess the
Bring home the
playstyle
bacon
man
sa Grand
today,
Finals.
Shining bright.
Let's go.
Pinaghirapan nyo na, tuloy-tuloy nyo na. Please lang. Walang mag-iinom.
Waiting na sila, practice.
Walang
Mas may advantage sila dyan, mapapanood nila laro nung ano sa lower bracket.
walang mag-iinom. Sambutin lang, please.
Lakas ni Davay ngayon.
Lakas ni Davay ngayon.
It's been 2 years in the making, but PaperX are finally back in another grand final.
Koreano ba to si
Jane,
Jim?
you're a man of few words, but I gotta get your reaction on this because JJ, this is your third
Pinoy.
grand final on the global stage. How does this compare to LA and Copenhagen?
I think now we have like more experience, so hopefully the time's the charm. Hopefully.
And speaking
Ay,
of
di
that
pa sila
experience, you know, you're very good
nakakapag-champion.
friend, Forsaken, and you've been
First
through
time
a
nila
lot.
mag-international,
What's
tas lagi silang
Jason like
laglag.
as a leader these days on stage?
Tas ano, si Patman, rookie pa siya, kaya may pressure sa kanya.
I think he makes everyone really excited.
First time niya rin mag-international, first time niya sumali ng PRX.
Hopefully we carry on the momentum to grand finals.
Diba, nakakaano naman,
Beginner's
parang
luck.
ang lakas pa rin.
Malakas talaga si Patman.
Parang si John Cutie lang nung ano, rookie niya. Nag-champion sila ng Masters eh.
So, kailangan talaga may rookie. Andre, pasok!
I said in Redcon, if we win grand finals and my team
Ako
wins
na
the
to.
crop with me, I'll do it.
Alright, okay, we need to get PaperX behind this crop top. I know one person that might be down for
Try
this,
out
of
ata ang
course.
PRX.
I'm gonna get told off if I don't get David here on your thoughts. First of all, Davai, your first
David.
ace on the global stage. Was that fun?
To be fair, I just want to win the round.
PRX won, Soy.
I mean, thanks to you guys.
Philippines
very happy.
round.
Anyone you want to dedicate that
Yes.
ace to? You know, it's your first one, it's
Mukhang
special.
Pinoy talaga mga to.
Yeah, 0-2 PRX. Favorable. Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned him because I think, of course, you have a lot of fans. You
Lakas
know, they're all
nila,
very,
very
keen to get
strong.
your pictures and signatures.
Inistak mo na
But
sa
I do
porno,
think
pre.
you can probably flex a little bit about just
Ano
your
talaga,
fan base because it's not just
Batman?
these guys out here. It's
Ganda
FNS.
ng
I saw
performance
Tens and
nila
Kaide
today, which is
wearing a
really
PaperX
awesome.
jersey as well.
Yung sana
For
ano,
you, that
hindi
all these
consistent
people in the
hanggang
community want
finals.
you to win.
Yeah, I mean,
Pero,
Huwag ka mag-choke, Davay, sinasabi ko sa'yo.
Hindi ka gaya nung ginawa niya nung nakaraan.
Oo, nakakainis yung laro niya sa split. Kahit panalo sila, pero takina siya talaga yung nagpapakaba ng laban.
I hope so for you as well. Everyone in
Hindi niya
Toronto
talaga
as well.
hindi niya
Sign a few more things one more time for your first
sobrang
grand finalist.
O decider, pag kung sakali natalo pa man din
Talaga?
sila din eh.
First grand
Ano?
finals nila?
Oo,
international.
lagi silang laglag eh.
Parang kasi may isang time may second or baka parang Pacific pa lang yun. Baka
Pacific ata.
Good job, PRX.
Sarap manood ng
Diba
second
ano?
game.
Oo.
Ano ka, at least hindi, rookie din si John Cutie nung nag-champion sila ng Masters.
Oo.
And kailangan talaga may rookie. Pasok na ata ako ng Sentinel.
Sige na, oh. Pasok ka na.
Kilda.
Dali, next
Yun pala
game
yung
is
buff.
G2 versus
Oo
ano
nga,
eh.
rookie.
Oo, kailangan may
Batman,
rookie
bro.
para magpasikat. Diba?
Uy, mag-sign in kayo dun sa ano. Mag-sign in kayo dun sa QR code. May chance kayo makapunta ng Paris.
Saan QR
code.
Talaga?
Ay, di sa right. Nagis ka daw kanina eh.
Hi, Mex. Si Mex pala sumali.
Hi,
Hello.
Ayan. Tapos na kayo mag-usap?
Dead bat siya.
Kaya pala nakapasok dito. Alin? Ano?
Ano masasabi mo kay Kuya Dan?
Ano?
Ano na PRX?
Ha?
Ano?
Kaya Dan.
Hi, Dan. Tulog ka na?
Hi, Dan.
Paano yung wall mo? Deserve bang supan?
Tinatik pa pala.
Oo. Ayun na si Dan. Ay, sabi niya PRX daw siya this time. Excuse me daw.
Grabe, baya.
O sige Dan, bias ka. You're excused. PRX pala siya ngayon. Sige. Siya lang kasi yung kilala kong Patrick Mendoza Istagan. Si Patmin. Panalo na si PRX.
Kaya nga. Link sa kanya.
Oh, ewan ko. Si Doc Kenobi ngayon lang nag-PRX Let's Go eh.
Naglalaro pala si Amira. Samahan niyo naman.
Sorry, BCT kasi. Yes, PRX, Philippines.
Feels good. Sa match ka ate, saan ka? Natin.
Ha?
Pinatik tayo.
Panatik.
Kahit tinalo nila Sentinels na mag-visit.
Panatik pa rin. G2, okay lang
Oh,
naman
yung
G2.
no.
Pero...
Sa League of Legends,
malakas G2, pero sobrang disappointed ako kasi ang mano ko sana si Genji. Bakit na tinalo? Teka. Sabi ni Dad, Boaster, let's go.
Bakit bitin yung shirt ni
Crop shirt.
Naka-crop top.
Okay. Crop top, okay.
Bakit ganun?
Ginupit yata eh. Oh, hindi.
Hindi. Nasa merch na ito talaga nila.
Yan na sila.
Uy! Hi, Jing!
Hey, Jing!
Talaga?
Panatik.
Magka-crop top daw si Tens.
Asaan?
Like
Pinapatig-titignan nyo.
Kay Tens.
Kay Tens.
Parang bata si Jing.
Dire-diretso ko eh.
Nagsalita yung matanda. Bata ka rin naman eh.
True.
20 anyos, beo. Kala mo talaga eh. Kala mo laki na ang dami na niyang pinagdaanan. Kala mo 40 anyos na eh.
Sa championship talaga sigawan na to. Todo na to.
Oo, B. Magagawa ko banner. Charis. Online support.
Dapat si Pat yung kinausap niya.
Batman.
True. Yeah.
Ay, ang daming Wolves will win in Grand Finals. Ay, may mga supporter yung sa chat. Baka dyan.
Ang ganda kasi nung pinakita nila dun sa Genji.
Tapos naman kasi sila.
11 po.
Kaso hindi sila match ng Paper. Sorry naman.
Yeah, very random. Parang swertihan din talaga eh. Yeah, confidence.
Yeah. How are you, Luna? Are you feeling well?
Welcome back to Masters
Oo
Toronto.
nga eh.
and
Oo
our
nga.
lower
Laging
bracket
ganun.
semifinal. We already locked one team in the grand
Hindi ko
final.
lang
Shout
sila
out to
nananalo.
Paperex, but now we set our
Yeah,
eyes on
ganda nung ace
G2
ni Davay.
versus Fnatic. NA
True.
and EMEA are fighting to
nga.
stay alive in this competition, but only
Naramdaman
one region
niya.
will make it to tomorrow's best of
Si
five
Alex yung
global
stress,
final.
si
Of course,
Jing
both
hindi.
aware what's up, Mimi and Kukuka, as we look to break
Mind
everything
freak.
down in Kukuka.
Walang
For both of us,
reaction.
this is a stressful moment here, right? Your boys in Fnatic, my
Yes.
boys in
Kahit
G2.
panalo.
What's gonna happen?
Sabi
Oo
ni
nga eh, galit pa rin.
Definitely, it's a very exciting
Sabi
one.
ni
I
Dan,
think that
nasaan na ba yung
both
isang
first
mod?
seeds have a very good chance of
Ha?
winning today. I think that
Sabi
they
ni
both
Dan,
have shown
nasaan na
the
ba yung
growth-
isang
the growth,
moderator?
sorry, that
Naka-day
was
off
expected from
ako.
them to get into the tournament.
And it's especially
Ikaw po
interesting given the history.
naka-talk
This is going to
today.
be an opportunity for revenge if
Nakali.
you're the boys in
Nakali.
orange and black.
Uy,
They
ako nang-
lost to G2
Ako nang gising kay
as
Chi.
champions got eliminated in the lower rounds there, went out way earlier than they would have wanted to. That was still back last
Tapos na
year
trabaho
before they
ko.
lost out on Dirk, before they had to make all their
Sorry, it was the
roster
other way
changes
around.
that-
I'm doing good, Luna.
Ooh.
I'm good mood
Yeah.
now because
Yeah.
Yeah, you
ano,
are, you are right.
So
TRX1.
how
Si
about
Batman
I think you need to
sunod.
go over your history a little bit more
Batman.
because I understand that this is Mimi, that this is EMEA versus America.
Check
I will
natin
not
si
see you
Tyre.
that
Writing
way.
a fan fiction in my head and it's lived out there.
Ayun
No,
pala.
but you are right. I misspoke there.
But there you can see the journey
Walang
that
tao.
both these teams have taken back when this core was
Isip.
hard. You have this
Merienda.
squad, that core is stuck together for quite some time as
Break
well here.
them.
I mean, no matter how you slice it though, babe,
Ay,
you're looking
fanatics.
at an
Give us a good
incredible
game.
matchup between two masterclass teams.
Yes,
Zero
so
13.
good.
Especially with the new names, the new additions
So,
that we see in
so
it.
good.
It's not
Grabe,
like Joe
no?
is going to be especially a
Can't
stranger
believe.
to Fnatic. I think that the question is more on Kayak and on the other side. But
Sino
again,
ba yung
to
mga
me, is
kinukuha
how
na
G2 has
nanonood
adapted
dyan?
to
Ay,
the take a minute, no,
pag
being there, but also
ganon.
still
Sila Soms
implementing
kaya?
some changes that we've saw
Feel
them
ko
make
hindi.
the other day, and Fnatic is
Hindi
Soms
ba?
ano
finally
lang
finding
eh.
their path.
Oo.
Ay, ano
Yeah,
pala
it
sila
seems to
sa,
be the
ano
case
lang,
here.
no?
Now, ahead of this
Stage.
elimination
Ano, ganun.
matchup, Yinsu
Oo,
had an opportunity
baka.
to catch up with Trent for a quick word.
Si Tarik,
If you
si
ever
Tens. Sila
had
lang kasi
questions about
napapanood
what
sa...
Trent think of Steho, I think it's pretty clear now.
Tanghali pala
Speaking
sa
of the Steho,
kanila
your coach
ngayon.
spoke about the importance of taking risks. How big or small of a risk
Umaga.
is it to bring in corporate Tejo? And what are your thoughts on changing comps mid-tournament?
We've changed comps before, so we don't think it's too big of a risk, and we were very confident in it.
Toronto, 2 p.m. now. Oh, exactly, ano, opposite lang. 12 hours.
Pares sa Ohio.
I know you're wearing a t-shirt, but how much?
I mean, I like him so much, I got a T-shirt.
2 p.m. din.
Thank you very much for your time.
Teho.
Where do I
Trent.
get that
I love
T-shirt?
that.
I want the T-shirt.
You love Teo too?
Yeah, I have my I Heart Emmy shirt, you know, but
Okay.
Now I want my I Heart Tejo shirt.
Gonna
you know?
build it up. It
Kasi
is
naman
funny to see him wearing
nagdadaringe
that
sila
because
o
they did go
kahit
back and show us
BCE
the
na
Teo
kaya
in
nagdadaringe
one
pa rin.
map here,
Tapos
which was a bit of
ako
a
bang
surprise
mahinang
because
nilalang lang.
G2 in Americas in Bangkok as well was pretty much the most Teo pill you could be. They were
Nandiyan na
playing
naman
that
si
agent
Jonah
almost
pala.
every
Galing
map,
din
and
na
they've
eh.
had to really keep him up going into this tournament versus a Fnatic that
Jonathan.
was as into the agent, so didn't have to make as big of
Uy,
changes.
ang
But
ganda
despite
ng
all
lab,
those
ang
switches,
ganda ng
G2
laro ng
still had
G2
this
laban sa Genji nung nakaraan.
unbelievable comeback
Kaya
in the
talagang
Genji game to stay alive here.
Absolutely
disappointing yung
crazy on this
Genji.
icebox that we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
At some point, Genji gets to 11 rounds, and 11, folks, is all they get. G2
Yes.
starts getting round after round, going back into the matchup, and we could see it in the
Grabe.
energy, in the celebrations as it was getting closer and closer, and they ended up removing Genji from the competition.
And Genji is that team who came out of Swiss stage. Everyone was talking about them as the strongest team from Swiss, one of the favorites to win the tournament. But they go
Boo,
out in that comeback fashion. And look at them all
Si
with their
Dan,
I Heart
nagiging
Teo
Yo, they have a
shirts
lot. I
together.
bet they have one for you, Alex. I'm gonna try and get you one for the
Yeah,
second.
You know what? I gotta hit my boys up. I gotta
kami.
get my shirt.
It's crazy because I think that Trent beat the Teo one-trick allegations this tournament, and they're just reinventing the
Ang Diyos
narrative. They're
Rizal.
bringing it
Saan?
back.
It's
Sa
just
ano?
nice to see
G2?
though how this G2 team, despite the changes, they're still finding ways to innovate, but more importantly, and I like using this term for them, Kukuka, because this squad is the definition of resilience after what we saw in that Icebox game to come back and win it.
PRX.
Pero PRX teams get into a match, and I think that G2 right now with them changing them back, because I assume that when you're C1 and you're seeing all of these teams playing without the Deku, even if you have the idea of, I think it's still viable, I think we can still use it, you still have to go back to the drawing board, nobody picks it. I like the fact that they went back on their tracks and thought, hey, I think that the way we use it, we might still make it work.
Yeah, there are ways to innovate. That's the beautiful thing about Valorant. Even when you have an agent that might get quote-unquote nerfed, there's plenty of ways for you to integrate these agents into your compositions. G2 is a prime example of that. But it goes further than that as well. And here what Valen had to say to his team
grade
in the
4.
big moments.
Pang grade 4 yung hairstyle.
Today's game, I want us to just be high energy, okay? And always optimistic. And
Wow, wise words.
Focus forward.
Ayan, Chi.
And once we win today, the whole tournament is going to look at us and say, oh shit, it's G2 now. We have to play G2. Make this a proving point for yourself.
Wisdom talaga, no?
You, okay? We're going to change the narrative of the
Alam mo na
tournament.
gagawin next time.
Okay, guys.
But it
Eto
starts with
ha.
us believing in each other. Help your boy out. I want energy today, guys. If you guys want to...
Kailangan matambakan natin ng una palang round.
Do it. Play like underdogs. They're the ones who said we're going to take us out easy.
His words.
They said that it's going to be like just like last time at Shanghai. 2-0, quick victory. If you guys want to shit talk them back, go ahead and do it. This is your playground today. There's no
Talaga? O sige,
pressure on
shit
us,
talk,
okay?
okay?
All the pressure's
Shit
on
talk,
them.
guys. Amira, go.
Valen in an interview said he was a younger IGL.
Classic
Si Max humihirit na rin kanina eh. Ang pangit mo.
Look up to him
Nandiyan pa ba si
when he
Max?
was winning very early on in the
Wala,
season. But now, Valen
Lagi naman yun yung ano, ginagamit ko na nga rin yung pangit.
to emulate any other leader, and he showed how good of a leader he's become in such a
Words
short
of
amount
wisdom
time,
from
having the
Mex.
year they did last
Buti
year.
na lang nanalo kami kanina nung may nang babash.
Now going into another
Hindi nakakahiya
big matchup,
yun,
but he's
no?
not the only leader on this team. Leaf as well behind the scenes.
Andre,
has
no,
so
nakakaya, no,
much into this
12-5.
roster to help out with ideas and to
Uy.
help Valen with that leadership.
Ay, sorry.
Yeah, and even behind the
Sorry.
scenes, also we can see it in the
Naman
server, because
ganyan.
clutch
Ay,
after
sorry.
clutch, Leaf will be on your screens. And
Kaibigan
today,
pala,
he will be on
kaibigan.
Fnatic's screen.
Kaibigan!
Because the performance that we've been seeing from him all tournament long, but especially
Sabi daw kasi
since they fell
kailangan
onto this lower bracket, which was
tatapangan.
pretty early on, he has
Tapos,
been
high
delivering.
energy.
It doesn't
Hindi
matter
lalamya-lamya
the
kayo.
map,
Para
the agent
naman
that
hindi
he's
kayo
playing, you
nagsikain.
can always count on Leaf. And if you're on the other side, you must count your blessings, because if he's alive, you're not getting it.
For my money, this guy's top 3 in the
Ang
world.
hirap maging
right?
IGL.
And really,
Bibigay ko na ang pagiging IGL
the amount
sa
of
ibang tao.
confidence you have to take 1v2s the way that this guy
Huwag kay
does in those
Amira,
clutch
kasi
situations
natatrash talk
is really
yun.
something that is astounding.
But there's a player across the stage from him that is
Salute.
also very much up there.
Alpha
And that's
Jer.
Alphayer. You look back at Fnatic,
Alphayer.
they've had where things
Alphayer.
are
Ay.
not close. There's a common thread. Alpha, when they eliminated G2
Ay,
like
si
we were
Alpha,
talking about, he
Alpha,
was
true
dominant.
Alpha.
Plus
Peking
21
Alpha ka pala
in
eh.
kills in that game. And he's
Oo,
having
ano.
those kind of
May fake
performances
Alpha
again.
dito.
He is such a monster on the international stage, and it feels like
Ano
every
siya
time he
eh,
comes back,
tong si
he only
Alpha.
gets stronger. He only gets more comfortable
Ay,
in these big games.
duelist siya na
Head-to-head between the two
nagsasenti
players
rin.
is definitely the
Talaga?
dream
Diba?
of the day, especially
Buti na
if
lang.
we get to see that ascent, if we get to see that chamber. I think that's what
Nakilala ko,
Alpha's
bro.
doing.
Kaya
Has
pa rin
been
talaga
very
ng ina,
because
Oo
interview
nga,
mo eh.
maps,
grabe.
for example,
Oo.
Haven, where
True.
all
Grabe
the
mong
ISO
duelist
was
yun,
sometimes the
balagbag
difference, or
ah.
most of
Ba't
the
yun
time,
naka-shorts?
difference maker.
To ano
Oo
yun?
nga, I
Pwede
suppose.
pala yun.
Showing up, and I feel like he needs
Gayahin
this
mo,
kind of push
Andre.
for him to perform the way that we know he can
Practice ka
perform.
para
Hey, and what
magaling ka
helps
rin
him is that
mag-duel.
he's
Dapat
going to
kasing
have some
galing ka
vets
niyan.
in the back
Second
line helping him out
mag-duel.
there. You got Chronicle standing by with Ginsu to get his thoughts ahead of the matchup.
Yung grabe yung neon niya, ganun
We
ka
have
rin
a pretty
dapat.
exciting rematch coming up. Now, the last
Okay.
time around you faced G2, roster was a little bit different. You
Nagpa-practice
didn't
na yan
have
si
kayak
Andre
or
ng
Crashes.
neon.
Tell me, what kind of
Maglaro
impact
ka
did
ako
this
pag
roster
kasama
make
si
to you
Adachi.
individually as well?
Excited na ako
I
mag
think
ano
because
nga,
defense
mang
in terms
balagbag.
of
Ang late mo magising lately, Chi eh. Hindi ko namin namin nakakalaro.
Hindi ka na namin nakakalaro, te, bago na routine mo.
Talking about the skill and other
Oo
stuff
nga,
because it's quite
sorry.
different, but
Madaling araw ka na naglalaro.
Nung nag-24 hours kasi ako,
Right now, I
nabago
also
yung
have to
ano.
focus on different stuff, not just like
Dahil sa
thinking about how to
VCT.
make how to control my team being
Nung
much better in terms
nag-24
of
hours ako ng
positivity,
live,
mental, how they
na
like feel before the
something
matches.
changed sa
I trust them, like they trust me, and
ano
they're
ko,
doing good.
body
Well, that's
clock.
great news to hear. Good luck
Pero
today,
ano
Coach.
naman, kaya namang bawiin.
A lot on the shoulders of that veteran
Give me
Chronicle to keep
time
this squad pretty much in line. One of those individuals in
Ay,
particular is
nakakatulog
Kayak, who's
ako.
coming into this one, the fresh
Alauna na
face
ng
with
tanghali.
Fnatic. And what we're seeing what this young man is capable of doing, Kakuga, it is
Ay, kanina, alas 2 ako
unbelievable, and it seems
nakatulog.
like he ain't stopping.
Kaya
Yeah,
nagising ako
keeping them
10
alive
na.
in many situations, doing exactly what is expected from him when he's in roles like the Neon and whatnot.
Kaming
I
problem
Pero-
still feel that we have not seen his full
Maaga
potential
natapos yung
because the
stream mo
EMEA has been
kanina.
treating
Parang
us to
ako
a
8
lot
ako
of
nakatulog
rounds.
eh.
And
Nag-stream
even
ba ako
though
kanina?
he's been
Parang hindi naman ako
showing it a little bit
Ay.
more in their last encounter, I feel like it could be a
Oo, hindi
different
pala,
game
nag-chat lang
if we
ako.
get Kaya
Sorry,
with the
sorry.
operator and just completely saturating their opponent.
Every other player on the stage today has a
Hindi ako
history
nag-
at global
kasi-
events, at coming to big moments, being part of history
Nanonood nga ako
in
ng
Valorant
Stranger
before.
Things.
But Kayak, it hasn't even been
Oo
a
nga.
year since he won Ascension, made it into the EMEA League, then chose to leave his team, take this opportunity with
Kayak.
Fnatic to replace one of the game's greatest duelist players, and somehow he has filled that role. He has filled those massive
Ang ano
shoes
na ito ay,
perfectly
ang
and kept
yung
that
mouse
up
na yun,
in these
parang
higher and higher
nagmamagnet sa
pressure
ulo
games.
ko.
And now for him today, this is going to be the biggest game he has ever played, but he showed no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, and really on the other side,
Rookie pa rin ba
as well,
siya?
right?
Di ba
They have
parang
also
last
showed no signs of
Masters
slowing down
nandyan na
after
siya?
that comeback
Oo.
win that they've had. Can they feed off of that
Agreed.
momentum here? 'Cause it's gonna be
Rookie
really
this year,
difficult to stop
sabagay.
Kayak.
On
Okay.
his counterpart, with Jogimo being back in the Euro, being back also in the
Jogimo.
roles that he's been practicing the most throughout the year and
Ay,
showing the
shit, ang
most,
sakit ng
I
braso.
think that we get the most evened out ground for both of the teams in the involvement that we've seen in the tournament.
Yeah,
Ano
there's
ba
history
yan?
even there too for Jojimo having lost to this Fnatic team back in Masters Tokyo, having that rivalry with them when he was on Evil Geniuses. Now on a new roster this year with this G2 team, trying to reach those heights again, but against this very familiar foe.
Let's actually take a look at the
Kamag-
talent predictions one more
kamag-anak
time so
ba
we can
ni
get a
ano,
read on the field
ni Main
because
si
there were
ano,
only two that
Spatman.
diverted from G2, and that
I'm
of
on the
course
hood.
is our lovely EMEA
Diba, para
amigos.
sila
We got
Mendoza.
Kakuga as well as Yinsu.
Also, this has to be the
Ni
first time
Mendoza.
that we all
Oo.
predict
Talaga,
one team.
feel nila si
Patrick
G2.
Mendoza.
Yeah, you know
Although
what?
kasi puro
You're right.
US-based
We did it,
na ano
guys.
tong
We
mga
did
to.
it.
No?
Oh man, but this is going to be awesome. I'm so excited for this one, Mimi.
Yeah, it's just two of the great
Sila.
teams in this game coming to a head again in an even deeper part of the tournament than they were before. Either of these teams could win a trophy, but only one gets to stay alive.
You can see the players getting ready in the back over there. So the question for everyone here in Toronto, are you ready? Let's try it again. I asked you, are you ready for the lower finals? Yeah, you love to hear it, folks. Let's go ahead and send it down to the stage and bring up the #1 teams from Americas and EMEA.
Yeah, yeah,
G2 Esports.
yeah, yeah.
Fnatic.
Fanatics!
For G2 Esports,
Let's
it's an
go.
opportunity to lift a
Let's
trophy.
go,
one
let's
step
go.
closer. But for Fnatic, it's
Ang
an
lit.
opportunity to reclaim glory. Both squads know that there's so much on the line here. Both teams manufactured and created to win championships. But unfortunately,
Grabe, pati
Mimi,
sapatos.
one squad has to go home today.
Every #1 seed in this tournament
Kaso yung
lost
mga
in the
jogging
first
pants,
round
bitin,
of
ano ba
playoffs.
yan?
They have been on a trajectory straight at each other through this lower bracket. But now only one gets to continue. We have the Omen map select up here. And these teams, they have a very kind of a lot of crossover in their map pool, Bea.
Yeah, I'm very surprised because G2, as you can see, they banned Ascent, but throughout this entire tournament, the 3 times that they played, they banned the Sunset.
Lotus na naman.
Not a map that Fnatic has ever been comfortable in, and we have seen it throughout this tournament, how they've been struggling. So they have decided to go against something they do not want to see from Fnatic, and it's probably Alpha on Chamber.
Absolutely. Fnatic looked terrifying on that map. It's a very good choice from them, I think, in the bans. But despite being able to have that target ban, these are all maps where Fnatic is very comfortable. Yeah. Maybe they looked a little shaky on their Haven earlier in this tournament, but you look at their year as a whole, and these are 3 very strong maps for them. And there are also 3 maps where, unlike G2, they haven't had to change up a whole ton. They've been playing these same comps for so long.
Yeah, I really hope that we get to that
Yan,
last
yan
map.
si Chronicle Cheat. Ano siya? Ka-teammate niya si Nats before. Nung nanalo sila ng Masters.
Papalit-palitan lang sila ng member. Nagkukuha-kuha. Parang, eto, hatakin mo yung member doon. Parang gano'n.
But that first map, that Lotus, I think that we have also
Kung ano yung mga kailangan nila.
This is one of the maps where G2 has grown the most, going back to that Tejo, and I think we understood from the way the Fnatic was playing the other day that they're literally back the same composition, playing the same way. We saw that Odin control on A, the same things that we've been seeing for such a long time.
You could watch a Fnatic VOD from 3 years ago,
yeah,
and it would be
the same counters.
Yeah, which Fnatic it is, because they've always just been
But that's
so
crazy,
good
though, that you can do that, but they're still so damn good, even when you know what they're going to do.
A lot of teams chase
They should not do the same today.
The absolute peak in the current meta, right? I think G2's a great example with how much they optimize the tail meta. Fnatic, once they have a comp they know is good, it is all about just perfecting that down to every detail. And their Lotus is the ultimate example of doing so. The fact that they still win, that they're still strong after all this time playing the same composition.
It's a split crowd here in Toronto. There's G2 fans coming out in full force. Fnatic fans letting their voices heard. Look at them. They got the onesies out. You love to see that. That's cool. Get me one of those.
Oh, we have some mini MEA. They're pretty cool.
I want to wear one.
Cute.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll sweat my butt off in there. Okay. Okay. All right. I had to question a lot of things there for a brief moment. But all right. In any case, though, as we get ready for this one, Mimi, you can tell, man, the crowd, the energy is electric in this room.
Yeah, Fnatic, they have become crowd favorites. You see Boaster playing up to them. I think he's trying to do his jinx on them that you've seen in some of the little videos. Always trying to do something fun, make the pressure fade away for his teammates. Here's your agent select. We shouldn't expect any surprises. G2 locking that fade suggests that this is the same comp they pivoted into after they lost with that Neon. It's the comp they've been playing all of stage 1 back home in Los Angeles, but with that fade subbed in for the breach.
I'm really looking forward to the changes that Fnatic have to make to this defense. Again, control infantry with the Odin, very old stuff, but especially with this Tejo, I think that G2 is going to be one of the first things that they target. As I said, Kayak on the operator. If they start snowballing rounds, this could get too easy for Fnatic. But right now, they should be like, hold on. They picked Lotus. Are we this obvious? Because we've been having such good results in the map.
Yeah, could it be a trap, right? That one has to wonder. But
Gising pa
at
kayo,
this point,
guys.
right, both teams are going to go out there, play their game, and hey,
Tulog
you
na yung
just gotta
mga
see where the
boys.
coin lands.
Hoy!
Right?
Hoy!
That's all it is.
Andre, MB, Andre, Andre, ayan, gising pa si MB. Andre,
Hello.
ayun, gising pa si Andre.
Tulog na.
Hindi ko kayo marinig.
When Boaster was winning
Hindi,
trophies,
bakit?
bringing this team out of tier 2,
Ano pala,
dragging them
mahina.
through ascension to make it into the Americas League.
But now here they are. An opportunity for them to
Ba't
be
kinlip mo yung ano ko?
able to march forward.
Si Andre, kinlip pala niya yung live, yung ano ko.
Oo, yun nga yung binaril niya ako.
Ito. Ito yung nasa ano ka. Yung nabali yung leg mo para tignan siya.
Go eh.
I wonder what they think, GB.
You know what?
Na-flick na ito. Inalit kumukulog-kulog.
Who you think's gonna win? Let me know right now.
Compete na lang yun. Pinapit, 100%.
Alright, is it Fnatic? Is
Game
Fnatic
na,
gonna
putang
win?
ina nyo.
Sige, tanongin yan.
What about
Ikaw, whitey.
Agad eh.
Let's go.
Wala. Nakalabas pa ulit.
For this matchup, players setting up on that stage, and now it is time. Toronto, let's
Sana
make
pakitaan
some
ulit tayo ni
noise
Kayak.
as we get ready for this
Wala,
lower
delayed.
bracket matchup. Here are your casters, Brent and Sideshow.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah,
Dahil
excited to
gusto
get
naman.
back into this one here. We have two Titan teams, Josh, that are facing up on the stage in Toronto, both looking to carve out their own spot in the history books for VCT itself. Two teams that ended up in the lower bracket right at the beginning of our playoffs, and both of them trying to pull off the improbable, the impossible, but not for them. These are two teams with the most confidence to know that they can do it.
And two teams that you've seen make historic comebacks within maps. You only have to look to recent history for G2. You're thinking
Nantok
about
na rin
comebacks
ako.
for Xbox.
Ang
Well,
tagal.
the other side has pulled off legendary stuff themselves.
Tagal.
This is NA versus EU. EMEA, they haven't won a trophy since Fnatic themselves.
May laro ba bukas sa Ate Cindy?
Meron.
And that's what the region is
Yung lower
hoping
bracket
for.
na, no?
These are two
Oo.
teams with
Best of
similar
5.
styles as well. The lower bracket.
Isang laban lang. Isang,
laban.
oo, tapos
Oo.
best of 5. Tapos finals, best of 5.
Finals na sa ano, 22.
1 AM pa yun, grabe. Yung sa Sunday.
The fuck? 1 AM?
Yeah.
Ano yun? Yung matalo dito.
Oh, ganun.
Yung mananalo neto, tsaka si Wall. Si Wolves.
Sana matalo mo rin yung ano. Yung may nandito.
And what a bold pick this is for G2 to be going into Lotus, which I would consider to be essentially home ground territory for Fnatic. It's
Grabe,
home
no?
ground
Hindi na
though
nila
for both
best yun.
squads. And G2
Naman.
taking rebel
Pinalit
control as
na talaga
Fnatic
nila
get
yung-
ready for a trap play at front B. Slow is going to be the name of the game for both of these squads on their attack sides. Feeling out what the defense has got going. They're both pretty happy to play retake trap styles, and Boaster is in fact the opening kill.
Pinakitaan
What's
agad.
going to be drawn out as G2 bodies are dropping. Not relenting though, G2 looking eager to try and take site control, but they've got a crossfire set to try and contend with. How the hell are you doing that? Jonah P. Drive by, swings
Wow.
by. Just like that in a blink of
My
an eye.
God.
Fnatic now they're on the
Oh,
back foot.
no.
What a plant as well. They're planting so that they can take heaven control. They know that at least one of these players is on the flank.
Alpha is going to try and deliver shoulder to shoulder. Him and the IGL, Boaster himself. What a
Oh,
shot
nice
to
shot.
connect. Not anticipating it. Boaster delivering.
Nice.
And
No.
Alpha from the side.
Nice!
Boaster's on his
Nice!
feet already, round one.
Naka-shorts.
Uy.
Grabe.
More of that. G2 almost there, turning around a 3v5 situation, but they just couldn't quite get it done. 6 shots towards the end, a bit of a freebie there as
Compete
well.
nila yun eh,
That's
100%.
a rough one for Jorgamo. But these shots towards the end, Alpha hitting a beautiful
Grabe yun si Jonah P, ah.
untradeable,
Oo nga eh.
and then
Tigis
clears
ang
things up
bala.
towards the end as well. He's cooking.
He's ever the show, man.
Putang, ano, grabe naman sila. Sobrang hype nila. Oh.
Fans so close to this event has just spurred him on to great
Grabe, first round pa lang, grabe. Parang sure rin to ah.
He's talked in interviews as well, Boaster, about trying to just get the best possible results before he thinks about retirement.
Tong ina.
Which is mad, but he has
De,
been in the scene
confidence
for
yan.
such a long
Oo
time.
nga eh.
Oh,
Pati
nice
coach,
one.
no?
Have been astoundingly
Pag si Alex
successful.
yun, galit pa rin kahit
In this tournament, actually, about
Oo nga, ba't ka namatay?
I think if you made the list right now, it would have to be Boaster at the top.
Bawal.
gusto niya ata maka-clutch ka 1v5
Just
eh.
to properly seal the deal.
Hindi nga eh.
Said it in
Hindi siya masaya nun kay ano, diba? Kay Davay.
Kay Davay, yung
Expecting a
age
slow
niya.
Stress pa siya nun. Oo, yung mukha niya.
Nagkakamot pa rin ng, ano yun yung kamay niya, nasa noo niya pa rin.
Paper X versus Wolves.
Grabe naman siya.
Both of these teams, they do have similar styles. Fnatic, G2, they're going to be playing to allow their opponents to plant quite a lot and make them bleed as they get into the sites.
Head not popped over towards the ledge as Chronicle.
Hirap talaga ng angle na yun.
Oo nga, ilugi ka.
Oo.
Nice, nice.
Towards the back. The ghost in hand, and he's going to be buying time.
Nice.
Gago, nabitin yung
Oh.
gani.
And get active, Kayak.
Tama na naksak ka pa.
Saka nakatingin.
From this spot.
Oh,
The
oh
spike
my
in his back
God.
pocket, but no time really to work with. And
1v3. Kaya niya yan.
ever the disciplined team.
Sa kanya pa yung ano?
Kaya could go down in one shot here. Leaves seeing if he can bait somebody out.
Ooh.
Ends up falling to
Good
the outlaw
job.
crash. He's posted up towards spawn. So fairly
Nice.
clean at the end of the day. Fnatic managing to keep 3 decent bits of weaponry heading into their bonus rounds. And I think a lot of it's about figuring out what these setups look like. You can see little bait and switch setups. On the pistol round we saw that B trap play, where if a lurker starts walking towards B, they get hit with the paranoia and pounced upon. G2 are just going to be trying to feel this out. Figure out what kind of game Fnatic are playing. Where does Boaster want to give a little bit of space? Where does Boaster want to tell his team to fight? And this round, potential for a bit of a collapse onto Leaf if he does.
Alam ko lang, naka 0-17 si Jessie Bash. Walang na-score.
Walang napatay.
Oo.
Should be a bit of
Pero
fear
yung
into the back of
team,
your mind.
nakaka-score naman.
Team na 0.
Alpha, swift dismissal. Leaf needs to be
Hindi pa
careful.
sila nakapasok na
Bullet tagged. Still alive though, and now reinforcements arriving. G2
Wow.
looking to clear this.
Di pa ulit.
Way out entirely. Crashy
Puro
speed
pa
drop.
seats, no?
Jonah P, even a watchful eye.
Parang kaya nila
Exploration
gagalingan.
of Fnatic is getting punished here.
Kasi Ate Haro na
It's a
yung
bit of a
coach
weird
nila.
push actually from Kayak. I think both players that died towards B there, Kayak and Jorgamo, probably could have played that situation better. But G2 end up slowing down the pace, hitting the brakes in a 4v3. And this allows Valen to just test out the map again. Trent still has both of these salvos to work with too. So they could play a really powerful post plan. They are set up though to split into B, and that's exactly where Boaster's waiting with the Stinger. They don't realize A is empty.
Uy, ang timing! Timing!
Unfortunate with the timing.
He's
Gonna run all over these players here. Fnatic.
It's a
Put it
nice
in the hands of Chronicles, not exactly set up for success.
It's a nice use there
Nuts
from
pa rin,
Trent. Just
Viper
a
main.
solo salvo into that B connector, the waterfall, in order to push back the
Tera pa
players.
rin.
And he's still got
Oh,
a salvo
tama.
to play
Si Mex pala.
afterwards.
Sorry.
G2 want to keep this clean.
All signs pointing towards it. Alpha is tepid, just tiptoeing in. Chronicle will be able to trade, but it's answered back in kind.
Kita mo Ate Haro.
Now for G2.
Yung killjoy nila the Willis.
A couple of players getting fairly close to some
Ano lang ako
ultimates.
eh, walking wards.
Jonah P and Trent winding their way up to double initiator ults. It won't probably be online here, or if they are, it'll be into the post plant.
Oo nga yung
We've
timing.
got a pretty important eco swing round coming up in
Bakit
round 4.
naglo-load? Sa akin ba
Fnatic
naglo-load?
are going to go for an Odin purchase as well. Crashy's picking that one up to play it from tree. Aiming to do chip damage early on as these G2 players contesting rubble.
Yeah, hail of bullets and lead. Sways him for a moment. Leaf is still propped up onto rubble.
I like it though. All of these sound cues are making it feel like Fnatic need to defend rubble, and instead G2 creeping up towards B. And Kayak, he's got to defend.
Salvos pop open towards the door there. You blinds it as a back. Still
Nice
G2.
one.
Oh boy!
Oh my god.
You can't stand up to it.
Chronicle.
Gawin mo
Chronicle
Odin yung
Nice, Chronicle.
Perfect timing, even though Fnatic weren't 100%
Akala ko
sure
sinarrate
how
lang
that
yung
B exec was coming through.
nag-Odin. Hindi pala, pati pala si
Does Crashes
Boaster.
get
You
caught
are
just
my
jiggling the
inspiration, Boaster.
Did it would open up the A site and make a 2v4 possible.
Ate, pati si Zelsis.
You are my inspiration, Celsius.
It's going to be very difficult for Valen and Leaf to dig themselves out of this spot.
Yung
Yung dating yung dating lineup pa lang nila.
Allowing them
Si Zelsis yung ma-Odin talaga.
assuming that they'll be able to win the retake with bodies and with the paranoia, with the C's,
Hindi
with the
basura
horn,
Odin,
tools that they
guys.
still have to be able to work with.
Should be a clean retake
Nakakapagpalakas
indeed.
ng loob.
Discipline still there from Fnatic.
Mas basura sa akin, Judge Buisit.
Hayop na.
Potential timing here.
Alam mo ba kanina, nakatapat na naman kami ng naka-judge.
Oo.
Kawawa si ate, hindi na naman.
Nakakainis
Ilang
kasi
beses
yun.
sa mukha.
Malapitan kasi yun eh. Tapos harap-harapan kang tatakot. Oh, sayang Odin.
No, wow, wow.
Grabe yun, parang makulang. Joke lang.
Fumble! Too cautious from Fnatic, I think. Talked about the fact that they love playing to give their opponents respect and play the advantage in the retake. But the paranoia pushed Valen off onto an off angle and they just weren't there ready for the
Nag-work
trade. It was
out
only
yung ano
Chronicle
ng
that swung through off Alpha's
IGL.
contact, and he only had about 6 health to work with.
Yung pep talk ng IGL nung umpisa.
Fnatic lose a
Si
really
Valin.
important eco swing round here. And now the ult cycle is going to start to get online for G2. Assuming they can clean up an anti-eco, Fnatic might have just lost control of this defense half early on.
Into the swinging. Just off the back of the heroics of the captain of G2. Two of our greatest minds in the game facing off against each other.
Feels like a battle of the generations when it comes to the IGLs as well. Valin, bit of a new kid on the block compared to the experience of Boaster, but it's been fantastic. And Boaster caught out in the open again. That's twice already in the very first quarter of this map.
Bibilang ng mga B2 win.
Lagi siya wrong timing.
It's not full steam ahead from G2.
Oh no, may ult pa si Trent.
Fnatic are stacking this
I love Teo talaga.
Yeah, I think the read here from Valin is perfect.
Nice. Nice!
Here with a Marshall in the hands of Alpha. That's snappy. Quick scope straight to the head. He is taken care of though. Chronicle still trying to
Chronicle.
at least square
Oh,
up.
bulag lang.
String ever so slightly. Taking it with the off-angle play. Clashes is highlighted. Lit up.
NT.
There's no more.
Sige,
So
nice
G2
eco.
taking the lead.
Eco lang.
That damage from Alpha, yeah, with the Marshall. It looks like
Lupit ng
Fnatic
mga
are
to.
going to need some more moments like that. What Alpha's been able to do recently in their games has been spectacular.
Salang-sala na eh.
Those are the
best of
danger
the
moments
best
that you
tsaka
need to be
the
able
best
to
of
add
the
in there.
losers.
But otherwise, G2 dealt with that really quite cleanly, even though they went into the stack in the end. And here's the ult that we were talking about. But Fnatic, by saving, have managed to get Kayak an operator in his hands. Looking to try to get him posted over towards A.
Uy, huwag
That's where the
kang
Odin is as well.
magganyan-ganyan dito.
And only Alpha defending here on C. Pushed off immediately.
Salvos had to push off the early line. Doors opened up. Hello, Lee. Might get an early fight sooner than he potentially anticipates. He's going to play his life, try and back the hell out.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Over the shoulder, that bait and switch.
Hindi niya
Ang
napansin.
tapang naman nun, sumugod.
With Boaster.
What if
And
kasi
didn't realize that
tapangan?
Leaf
Oo
also went
nga eh.
back up. In came Trent.
Dapat.
And down went the IGL again of Fnatic, who's having a rough go of things here. They still have the lockdown to try to play retake in one of these areas, and Chronicle could actually pit off some level of contact. But it's difficult to get value out of the pit here in the mid-round when Jorgamo still has his dimensional drift to clear everything. But here it goes.
Yeah, using it nice and early. Just trying to
Makita pa ng Prowler.
Uy, nice kill. Wow!
Nice. Nice spam.
It's instinctual.
Ang gagaling din namang tansya ng ganun.
G2's positioning.
Through smoke.
Left with that player
Skill
disadvantage.
issues.
And massive ultimate was dropped on the side of G2. They can no longer set up a pit of their own in the post plan. So if G2 want to win this round, it's got to be
Sino
proactive.
nanalo?
I think
Yeah,
Fnatic, they know it. Crashies and Kayak are waiting for this push.
Jorgamo's going to be backing away. Reclaiming his space now. There's an I4. Trying to lay claim to a lot of this towards it, but there's that blind goal. With Kayak of how he's been playing.
Sayang.
Any damage kicking in with the TP.
Patay.
Barely out of there. Trying to play the crossfire.
Oh no. Nice one.
That's going to be the lockdown to secure.
Nice one.
Have all the advantages here.
Nice!
Ruiz, gago.
Good job.
Investment of the ultimate
Hirap
just to make
huminga.
sure just absolutely
Madikit na, masakit pa to. Kesa sa kanya.
Pares magaling actually.
It's a big recovery in this round from Fnatic. If they'd lost here,
Ang ganda ng laro ng G2.
would have been a disaster. But Kaya gets good value out of his op, and honestly, the way that G2 were utilizing the Yoru ult, Fnatic read the timings, and they just knew that people were going to start pushing up off the back of it. Chronicle has got great reads on that kind of stuff. He's been around the block. One of our most
Kailangan ko
experienced
panoorin tong KJ Gaming na to.
one of the greatest players of all time. You look at accomplishments.
The accolades.
He's already got 3 trophies. If Fnatic can somehow pull off this lower bracket run, he will just be out miles ahead of everybody else.
Making a serious case.
Tapos
One
na
of the
yan ng ano.
greatest of all time.
Pinapahinga lang nila yung mata nila, no? Tama yan. Papahinga nyo lang yung mata nyo, guys. Chill. Concentrate. Kailangan maramdaman nyo yung thrill, yung adrenaline sa katawan natin. Hindi tayo tinawag na adrenaline para sa wala.
But what G2 is struggling with is being able to take the
Sali pala sila.
Grabe, sana narinig ka nila, Lut.
It's not like Fnatic are trying to defend the sites to the death.
Ano?
But they're just trying to grab one G2
In
player
English,
and then back it up.
In English? Di ko maintindihan si MV. Oh my God. MV, pati kita maintindihan.
Bata daw nung coach
Take a look and see what the adjustments
ng
are coming out of this tag timeout.
G2.
Kayak,
Fnatic.
showstop.
Anong Fnatic?
Wala sa edad
Tungkod nga
yan.
eh.
Tangkad nila, no?
Naglo-loading yung ano.
Alam mo si ano, si yung dating Sentinel, si Sik.
Oo.
Gago na ano pala yun.
Just listening for audio.
Parang, ang tawag dito. Nabaliw.
Bakit?
Talaga? Paano?
Yung ano ay, kaya siya natanggal sa plot. Nagsasalita siya mag-isa nun sa live nyo.
Hindi ba normal lang naman magsalita?
Hindi like, kinakausap niya yung sarili niya. Na ano, meron kasi yung clip na ano eh, na halatan nila kaya tinanggal siya sa Sentinels.
Sige nga, hanapin ko. Hindi ko napansin.
Nagsasalita rin naman ako. Nagsasalita rin naman ako mag-isa sa live ko.
Hindi tayo parang ano na siya eh. As ano pang, hindi ko makasi maano. Mahalata mo na talaga sa pananalita niya. Tumatawa mag-isa, ganun. Kahit wala namang nakakatawa.
Ganda ng combo ng PRX dyan kanina, Chi. Siguro nakadalawa or tatlong round sila dun.
Oo, yung kulangot i-fade, tas yung bomba.
Oo, bomba ni Raze. Ganda. Dyan sa B-side. Sa B-main.
Isa lang kasi pasukan eh.
Kaya sila nanalo eh. Isa sa winning round. Dalawa eh, no? Dalawang beses na nagawa.
Bakit naman yung... Ang turret ni ano, ni KJ, ba't nandoon? Parang gago. Pagkakalagay doon yung turret niya, wala man lang naman akong mapipitas.
Oh, no.
Ridiculous!
Perfect reads inside the pit there for a player who's well within the race for
Hirap
tournament
talaga sa
MVP.
Viper pit.
Look at how tight the timing is.
Ipit! Ang daya.
Absolutely no damage done.
Bait out.
Crazy kill on the Jonah P there too. But what I like from G2
Yun, dalawa yung...
hyper aware of the threat of Alpha here on the
Kita
flank.
ba yan?
Alpha is going
Nasa
to
loob ng
Lexi aggressively. And when he opens that door, Trent and Valen doubled up to deal with him. You've got to put two guys on Alpha.
Ano,
and even then,
nag-i-spray sa smoke. Nung ganyan yan sila, mahilig mag-spray sa smoke. Ito mo, nakunguna yung KJ. Sabi ko sa inyo mga KJ, may matatapak.
Yan, Chi. Meron ako niyan. RGX. Nice one!
Wow. Wow.
Nice one!
Oh! Alpha.
Ganyan na siya.
Kayak. Kayak.
I mean,
kaya
he's just
mo
begging
yan ah.
Valen to walk into him. If he doesn't, how is he going to take the kill?
Alam na nandun siya, no? Nagpe-pay attention sa mapa.
As good as he is, doesn't particularly have a chance.
Nagpe-pay attention siya sa mapa, tapos pinipidig niya kung saan magtatago yung kalaban. Hayop din.
Almost found Fnatic a turn of the fates.
Isa pa naman pag nagbabalo ko, ayoko na gamit masyado ng utak. Kaya baril-baril lang ako minsan. Ayoko kasi mag-isip-isip, kaya nagpa-plans pa sa zombie na lang ako minsan.
Yeah, I think that is actually a bit of a recurring problem that we're seeing here, is that Boaster's frequently getting caught out. He's 2-6 right now, but it's not necessarily about the scoreboard.
Yung parang hindi mo na kailangan mag-isip ng
utilities.
Patutok tayo.
Sa CS? O pwede rin. Tara, CS tayo mamaya. Tara, wag na tayo manood. CS na tayo.
Aga ako bukas. Baka maabutan kita maya.
Hindi, matutulog ako.
They can dig deep.
Di ko lang kung matutulog ako, pero parang matutulog ako. Or baka... kung aalis tayo mamaya, matutulog ako para hindi ako 10
Di ba Sunday, sabi mo?
Sabi ni Mex, chat na lang siya. Kasi pwede daw Sabado ng night.
Very consistent. And this time, no operator in the hands of Fnatic.
Sabi ko sa kanya, up to her kasi wala naman akong plans. May plans ka ba bukas? Tsaka sa bukod sa... Maaga ka po.
Wala rin.
Headed up here and a potential for a
Sabi ko,
wrap
up
through
to her
blue room.
talaga.
Potential for a brawl. This is Fnatic.
Rest day niya
Stacking
eh.
3 bodies.
Pero di naman siya
Retake some of
pupunta
that rebel
ng
control away from where
Batangas.
Leaf has just been lurking.
Ewan ko kung anong plans
Leaf,
niya.
he kind of needs to kill that Prowler to create the threat that he could still lurk.
And it's a pop in play. They want to try and get a move on here. This is G2. Trying to see if they can lay claim to
Sige
that
lang,
B side still.
4v4.
Rain
Ano,
down a hail
chill.
of bullets. And
Retake,
He's
retake.
going to be supplementing the fire, just trying to make it nice and awkward for G2 while a flank
Retake lang.
occurs.
Do they
Cover
have
all
enough people to be able to
entrance.
deal with Chronicle? There is massive pressure on Leaf right now.
Tested. Only just the one. This is Fnatic now. This is their time to shine. They've got a lot of control now. Good B main. Flip at the site though. G2 looking to try and take this one up through heaven and a reflank of Valen, but time needs to be played. It's already ticking away.
Oh no, oh no.
Smoke in your face. What really can you do from this spot? Timing is taken into a 2v2.
Nice! Nice kayak.
Half. Good job, good
He's
job.
there, swinging through. Seals it up nice and pretty for Fnatic.
Bit of a strange situation there towards the end. A couple of the G2 players left in the clutch, and it
Boaster
almost
talaga,
looked like they
pain
didn't
na
know where
lang.
the plant was. A B pop. Alpha swings through, but it's this flank play that made the difference. In previous rounds, Leaf has been escorted into rubble at the start of this round. He got pushed out immediately. He got caught by a Horn, Prowler, and that gave Fnatic the confidence to be able to double push fully out through A and get the rat play working. The more they can get the read on that, the more they can actually figure out exactly where Leaf is on the map, the better their defense half is going to look. And they've knocked G2 down onto a light buy, but this squad is diabolical with the Stingers.
Oo nga. Oo, buti na lang.
Ayan o, yung Kuchili nag-glitch pop ba yan?
Nice!
Pero si Cindy nun eh.
Oh my god. Oh, ang gulo. Oh, nakuha yung barrel.
Able to take up most of that space.
Yeah.
It has to be vacated. It's a wasted ult from Chronicle.
Siya na lang, tatlo.
Snakebite
Ay,
easily could have claimed a couple of lives there, though everybody on
Apat
G2
pa
was
pala.
weak. But that was chaos. Alpha, with the wrong read of what was happening, they thought it was going to be an A-side default again. And G2 have found an opportunity to pick up a couple of weapons and slow things down a little. It's looking more even now.
Lurk smoke from G2. Praying that Fnatic would go for some form of re-exploration, clearing up the map.
And I think this is a really important
Yan na
situation where
naman.
you've got to look at Boaster again. He's going to be doing this jump spot. He's been caught out in positions like this, throwing
So
smokes a couple of times. He's got to make sure that he maintains this information.
He's gone forwards. Trusty
Nice one.
advantage, he's got a read, and it is a good one. A solo
Nice,
player
kayak.
addition with
Nice.
that drone. There's the punish kayak towards the back. Alongside Chronicles, a stalwart defense. There's only one left to stand against the Jonah P.
Siya kumuha ng barrel.
It's messy, it's
Sa guardian naman, hindi siya mafulat.
And I think it deserved pop-off there from Boaster because it's something that he struggled with a little bit so far in this defense half. But he played that situation beautifully, didn't he? Had the read that it was going to be a fake. Stepped forwards rather than backwards. Managed to get the timing on the drone.
Grabe naman yun.
And catches Trent as well.
Ang ina, bigla din
Kill, he
kita eh.
feeds full info to the rest of his team. Guys, this is going to be a C re-hit. 100% this A pressure is fake. And this is now an even half, 5-5. With arguably better ultimates here for Fnatic.
Ayaw talaga nila bigyan ng barrel yung duelist, no? Mga selfish.
Door's gonna be open.
Kaya tauso sa kanila.
Oo nga eh.
Slow siege.
Kanya-kanya talaga.
Ang alam kasi may tutok silang lahat.
I think he would have been aiming to pick up an orb in this round, see if he could get the ultimate online. 4 players from Fnatic over here doing a re-clear, full re-clear of rubble.
A lot of utility. You see that paranoia, you see the haunt.
Could be the timing to try to activate somebody like Leaf on the other side of the map, but Alpha's waiting.
Nice.
Oh, just as the
Oh!
target gets broken.
Wow.
Kayak, he's looking for more.
What?
He's stunned up and
What the
misses it.
fuck?
Trent just cleans him up.
That's amazing from Jorg and Trent.
All on Boaster now, though. Feeling the
Hindi
heat.
pumuntok sa
Paranoia
Daya
face
naman nun.
nearsighted. Plenty of bodies about to be coming towards you. Nightfall avoided. Chronicle. Again, the spam over the shoulder. Curtain raised up. Wall of his own, just trying to stunt it. G2, though, Not to be dismayed, trying to get a bit of a move on, trying to claim that A site. Moving
Galing.
forward, that game of time, it's
Galing
Chronicle.
Chronicle,
It's the better of the adversary.
He's been really good so far, Chronicle, a pillar for his team to
Fuck.
rely on.
Lagi na lang sila
G2, they feel like
naiiputan.
they have to be the ones making the play. Health disadvantage is so huge, but look at the wrap. Look at Alfia, already aware of the possibility.
Drop down should be sealing all of this one up, except Alpha oversteps himself, and lockdown's going to be broke down regardless.
Alam na.
Layers
Yeah.
down that snake bite, and now there's a timing to be taken. Fnatic getting a run.
No.
On, a scurry on. It's been stuck down. Head support.
Too late.
Chronicle dismissed entirely.
Another round for Valen where he comes through in the clutch, and my
Sayang.
God, what a call as well. Dismantling Kayak's ult. Oh, it landed on the pillar too.
Diyan ka pa, Chi?
Tragic the way that splash worked, but it's the final call. This double wrap up through heaven and around behind onto Alpha. Alpha decides to swing aggro on a timing, thinking that it'll catch them off guard, and maybe doesn't account for the fact that they're both going for the flank. And the fact it was planted for heaven as well, it's a really nice way to play that situation.
One last chance in his half, though, for Fnatic to try and draw it level. Giorgamo sending it flying forwards here with a dimensional drift. I made this feel like a lot of A pressure, and there are bodies behind it. G2 are looking to at least take this space. Doors are open wide. Paranoia already expended. Most is going to be using it. This is Anarchy. Crashes to leave from behind.
Nice. Buti naman, makapatay ka pa.
The Boaster to do the rest. Odin in hand.
Hindi kita malabon.
Incredibly aggressive swing there from Giorgamo.
Forwards, no committal. Also just looking for that information, and the timing potentially is here for Trent.
Alfia worried that he's getting flanked from B main, even though the turret is actually watching it. So I think Alpha probably could have just stayed over here. But Chronicle is tightening the net at all times.
Putting the
Nice.
squeeze on him now.
Go, Chronicle.
Good half.
Para tong si Davay kanina.
6-2-6 at the half.
Mainit, no?
A strong recovery in this half from Fnatic.
Dapat. Ganun naman dapat ang mga laban.
Big round from Crashies as well in round 12. Jorg was hunting
Kasi hindi
down
naman
from
to normal
behind.
na kompe.
I think this implies we've got a great game on our hands.
Busy
We've
Vital.
started here on Lotus.
Yeah, competitive between these two juggernaut teams. All the way through, 6-2-6. Could not ask for a better start to the series overall.
Ano kaya yun, no? Yung mga play nila.
We're gonna send it down to the
Nasa
floor.
picture.
Vansili is standing by with G2 Hammy.
Nakawin natin.
Gago si ano to?
Thank you so much, Brent. I'm joined back on the floor by G2
Si Hammy.
Arabian Stallion, Hammy.
Kailan mo siya, te?
Ano siya? Hindi eh.
Nag-stream siya sa TikTok tsaka sa Twitch. Laging galit yan, te. Tag-ina.
You were telling me you were walking around the venue
Galit.
the whole time, checking out the
Stream.
activations and everything. How's the
Talaga.
experience right here in Masters Toronto?
The experience is amazing. I mean, like I said, the people here in general, they're just like lovely to meet and all that. But yeah,
That's us, man. That's Canadian. We just love hugs.
Hindi ko alam kung pasok siya sa pro. Si G2 naman.
About G2 because you're basically
Baka streamer lang talaga ng G2.
Talk me through the Teo from Trent. Why is
Try
he
mo siya
bringing that?
follow sa Twitch.
I mean,
Nakakatawa
I
rin
feel
siya
like Fred gets
panoorin.
too much
Galing rin siya.
respect. He doesn't need Teo. It doesn't matter who he's playing. He's the best initiator I've ever seen play the game. But yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to hear it from your words as well. And also tell me why G2's in the golden era and why they're going to win this series against Fnatic.
Yes, we'll be winning this series. Not only this series, but we'll be winning the entirety of Masters, I think.
Oh, the whole Masters.
We will be winning Masters, yes.
Okay, and so Wolves coming up next. You think they're going to have this easy against Sufat Baby and crew?
Yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, I want you to give encouraging words to the G2 players playing up there and also to your fans around the world.
Okay, honestly, G2 doesn't even need it. They're going to win. But I hope everyone's doing good. I mean, that's I don't know what else to say. But yeah, I love you guys.
You got it all. Hammy, thank you so much for your time. Let's toss it back to the game.
Nakatawa naman yung isang placard. EDG, where are you?
Oo nga, tangina.
Honestly, just looking at the map pool itself, we have our opener of Lotus. It is an interesting one. Listen, the desk was kind of talking about it when it came up as well because
Wow,
great map
tong
for Fnatic.
Wow,
kilometer ng taas.
Lights out on all year.
Grabe.
Yeah, it's at the top of both teams' map pools, and I think you really get the
Every
clash
round
between
kasi
both of the
4K siya, ganun eh.
opposite sides
Ang
of the
ingat
spectrum
niya
actually
eh.
in
Galing.
terms of
3 to
results.
4K
You can see
kills.
reflected in the Coinbase Econ report. Chronicle having an amazing half. Bosa struggling a little bit. Valens at the top of the scoreboard actually, if you're just looking at kills
Kawawa
as well.
naman si Joge mo.
But I think
26.
more than productivity, it's going to be the game plans that are going to make the difference here.
Siya yung Yoro na nag-iinit ng OP sa atake. Atake ba sila ngayon?
G2, they play for retake a ton. They're on their defense half. They've been winning almost 40% of them. Fnatic are winning post plants 83% of the time. One of those stats has got to give today. Is it going to be Fnatic closing out these rounds cleanly?
Basado Styles leaping into the fray across for that info. Leaf break the Prowler, back himself out, and it is slow and steady for Fnatic.
They are the slowest team on the attack side that we have, but they're extremely diligent with it. They use the time to make sure that they dismantle trap plays. And yeah, it can get tense towards the end. The clock can sometimes be Bosa's worst enemy.
Oh.
But Alpha, yeah, Alpha might be his best friend.
What an opener for Fnatic.
Kurumami.
I mean, that should be signed, sealed, and delivered on the pistol round. Fnatic with the potential here, a great opportunity to win both pistols on this map. And that can make all the difference in spots like this where both teams are good. Jorg might be going for a bit of a re-exploration over towards B as well. He's just trying to backfill this space, but it's all on Valen to defend here with one Paranoia. Are they pivoting into B? Actually, maybe Jorg will get his chance.
They might do. They're going to try and go for the B here. There's only 25 seconds left, Fnatic. What is the call? Bit of a scramble, but they're going to land over towards A. No one really there to meet them. Valen might take a few risks of his own out towards the blue room, and this is all covered in time. Kayak.
Nice. Nice.
Cutting down his two players. It's a pistol round in the back pocket here for Fnatic, and like you said, it could make all the difference.
Absolutely flawless. I mean, the damage from the first hit, collating through onto Jonah P. And then how clean Kayak looks with these shots coming out from his ghost afterwards.
Kakamukha na silang lahat.
It's clean, it's sharp. I mean, it's Kayak. I think you should probably give credit to your newest player. It's going to be tough for G2 to recover from this kind of situation. You will sometimes see them force, even on defense, but this is not one of those times.
Sobrang close tong laban.
G2 just playing for money in the bank.
Ganyan din kanina sa PRX check.
Another really important thing to pay attention to is who has more of the utility once we get into post-round scenarios.
Ako din. Hindi ko na kaya, promise, tinitiis ko na lang. Nakatulog daw kanina, narinig ko ng boses niya.
Nice! Oh, what? What?
Uy, sayang!
Uy!
Nice.
Di pa inubos.
Nice!
Okay, good job.
Ayun na daw.
Isa pa. Si Joge mo pa. Huntingin nyo. Huntingin nyo.
Ay, putang ina mo.
Players getting streaks and drawing. Trying to get cleaned up.
Patay pa siya sa classic. Tas bad.
Nakakahiya kayo.
Round nevertheless here to Fnatic. Chronicle is 19 and 10 right now.
He's been amazing. He's just been so calm. And like I said earlier, he's been a rock that the rest of the team can rely on in these difficult positions. He's not making the play.
Nag-whip siya dun sa kay Omen, sayang.
But when G2 force the aggression into him, he just collects it and absorbs it perfectly. You can't get past him. So Fnatic with a bonus round. But a bonus round that they've also forced an attacking operator into.
Unexpected.
The defensive setup is different. No, G2 making changes to it. Quick dink there through Mount. There needs to be some call for help. Shot wide and through. Leaf is on essentially single digits.
Very low.
Barely alive. Region Armor eventually going to be kicking in.
Both teams getting a read on what's going on here. Fnatic realizing they're fighting super heavy over Mount and trying to react into A and realize they got caught by the drone there. Decide to hold on for a moment. But G2 also got the read that there's an attacking op, so they'll have to be hyper aware of areas that Alpha's going to try to peek.
Door opened up here by Chronicle. Bit of fake pressure, trying to pull some of these G2 players. Done so successfully.
Yeah, it's really nice. It pulls all of the attention from the defenders towards the door and frees up this re-exploration towards Mount. This was the area, remember, that G2 were fighting over, so it's likely they would have left.
Second thoughts here for Fnatic, looking like they wanted to end over towards C, but the spike now, it's way over towards A.
Maybe overthinking it just a tad here, overcooking.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
Hindi na kailangan na
Jorgo
mag-push.
not
30
budging.
seconds na
Leafy
lang.
just lying in wait.
There's 4 players defending this area of the map.
Yeah.
Oo
Are they
nga.
pivoting B and trying to connect with these guys through the
Oh,
door?
what the fuck?
Ala ka! Uy!
Isa lang yung nasa C para naman.
Swerte mo.
Lipat kayo!
Okay na. Okay pa yun.
Okay.
Swerte mo, Boaster.
Messi, Trent, cleaning up
Oh, si Chronicle pa namatay. No. No.
Ang free office.
Ang bilis!
Oh no.
They make the call. Not sure who it was, but to stack the bodies in the final moment there over towards A.
They almost got punished for it as well, though, Brent. That round is on a nice edge. You see Chronicle come through from tree, and he's got players running away from him.
Swerte.
The fact that Leaf also gets caught in this situation, the Guardian barrel just sticking out slightly, but it's this kill, Trent on Chronicle, that I think really changes the game, because
Ang
G2
bilis
then
ng
commit fully to
kuhaan.
the retake and the flood. And Josh is begging them to play time at the end there because there was no opportunity for a plant.
Very fast play to be made.
Yun kasi, nag-o-off. Attacker off.
Oo nga, mahal ng operator. Tatanim eh. At least yung KJ nyo hindi nag-o-off. Safe kayo sa akin.
Tama. Sa sobrang tipid pa, namimigay pa ng baril.
Oo. Puro ano lang ako, Spectre Ares lang ako.
Being able to passively regain
masaya
information
sa
in the
akin?
mid-round from the Tahoe from the Prowlers, from the Haunt. They have used all of those now, though, and only Jonah P's Haunt will be coming back later on. Chronicle just sticking around to try to break that. Make it feel like they could be going for a C re-hit. There's the Horn, though. Chronicle breaks it. But the shot comes from so far back that G2 already have the read anyway.
Valent's going to be seeing signs of life definitely occurring now.
Cover going out.
Attacker kayo, dalawa sniper nyo.
Just trying to earn up a few of those ults. Really working the map in the process, and they found
30
themselves
seconds left.
a
Ano
slight
kayang
gap in
gameplay
towards B.
dito?
Fnatic have been ending with these
nila
beast splits a
ginagawa
ton. I
yan?
think G2 are fairly ready for this. Jonah and Jorg.
Jonah sat down onto the side being spotted, catching the contact, a bit of spam as well. Comes through. This is
Ganun
Alpha
kasi.
and Chronicle.
Lakas oh.
They claim over towards this side. To B in the plant now. To
Get
go
gun.
down and
Nice
push
one.
this away.
Crashing's managed to upgrade to a Vandal. Can he
Position
strike
na,
a dagger
position
blow
na.
back to his own region?
Huge upgrades. Stun.
Oh, offer.
Just snaps at the crashes. An off angle by Chronicle, baiting out with the first shot. Now you're going to see that.
Oh, ang ganda ng peeking nila. Ganon, play
G2
together.
never without it, and it has brought it level 8-8.
Both teams playing that round pretty well, honestly. Just at the end of the day, a weapon difference. That's a sick kill, though, from Leaf. You can see that Kayak, he knows exactly how Leaf wants to play it, and Leaf is still just daring him to come and challenge.
Ito yung magandang
Fnatic have
laban
a
eh.
lockdown to try to work with here.
Hindi
Difficult to
maganda
counter.
sa akin. Antok na ako.
But G2 pretty happy playing the retakes as well.
Masyadong dikit.
Stacking 3 bodies over towards Mound, expecting Fnatic to go for a punish of Leaf.
And Leaf is holding it. They want it to feel like it's just Leaf with a bit of solo pressure. Way ahead of this one. Still, they're going to reveal their hands. So rifle shots ring out.
Yung ba nagbigay ng OP na yan?
Even trying to see if
Gamit
they
na
can.
gamit.
Alpha Year.
Dalawang round na eh.
Counter spam. It's Kayak trying to get the punish online, but
he was believing in the Haunt maybe a little bit
Andre,
too much.
Andre.
Hello.
Ayun, ayun.
Si MB na wala na, no?
Oo. MB.
And because Fnatic keep losing this fight over towards Mound, G2 can stack 2 bodies
Naka-off
B, 2
mic
bodies
na.
A and be
Ay,
pretty
wala
happy.
na yan. Nag-off
No matter
mic.
where most of the
Nahilik
calls the
na
team
yan.
to end.
Nahilik.
Kumakain ako ata eh.
Ah, nakain.
That's the escape policy.
Sarap. Ano yan, Pancit Canton?
Pares.
Ay, nako.
We might expect it to be following the traces.
So talaga maranasan yung computer shop
Still
na may
gonna be alive for
pansit
now, 41
canton.
health.
In 3v5 like this, you don't really want to invest the ultimates from Alpha Air and Clash.
Hindi pinaranas sa atin ni MB.
But look at the time.
Wala
This
na,
is
di
one of
na
the problems with how
maranasan
slow
ni
Fnatic
Andrea
play.
sa Nueva
You get into
Vizcaya.
spots like this where you're down, you're not really in a position where you can even make a play to turn the round. This is just going to be a save that waiting out the clock, and it's not a high energy way to end a round.
No.
It feels, I've got to imagine, a bit brutal to have to give up in spots like this, especially because it allows
Makuha mo.
G2 to then put pedal to the metal and try to punish. And
Oh.
that is such a punish. Looked like Leaf was just running the operator in.
Grabe,
to its
hinahunt
doom.
siya nung multo
To his
ng
demise, though.
operator niya.
2 rifles intact for Fnatic, and that was the goal.
Ni
You're
Alpha
right,
Year
it's a
yun
low
eh, yung
energy
KJ.
way
Oo nga eh.
in the round to think about what's coming
Kita
next.
pa mo pre, one-way
There's that
smoke.
one-way finding value. George just spots Kayak, who's trying to get value from the horn, but
Okay.
you can see what Kayak's going for. But it's
Huwag ba
difficult.
tumama yung bala, gago?
Fnatic are going to take a tag timeout here. I think it's
The fuck?
Pati
it's
mga
desperately
coach
needed.
nagulat oh.
They've won both pistols in this map. G2 didn't respond with a force at all, and yet they're still behind 8-9.
Ayan, lakas parehas.
They did do a good job of getting back into the map in their defense half. Here on the attack side, though, I think one of the largest problems is they're never actually pushing G2 away from Mount.
Yeah.
And if you don't have Mount control, if Leaf is always getting information over there, why would they ever want more than one person on C? And that makes it way harder for Boaster to call. Might be time to change the tempo around coming out of this tag timeout. Fnatic, they do have some fast rounds in the bank. They're not a team that do it very often. But running something a little quicker might just add that shift up that you need to be able to get back into the game.
Scrap together a buy. It's a bit rough. Boaster's going to be left with just a stinger, but you're right, a tempo increase. Could be what they ordered.
Doesn't look like it though, does it? I mean, looks like
pretty
they're going to try to play for a little bit of rubble control. I mean, maybe the coach is telling them to take the shift into fighting for A control instead of Mound at the start of the round.
Ah, gusto ko na humiga.
With the bodies of the util.
Kagigising mo lang siya.
Rubble is revealed. Tail end there by their own horn. So Fnatic get the information.
And I do like the smoke that Boaster goes for over
Ganito ako
towards
pag
Rubble.
hindi nakakalabas-labas.
It's just been cleared
Nagiging
immediately by
taong
the salvo.
bahay talaga.
And G2 weren't really worried about it.
Kailangan mo maarawan.
Ayoko!
Leaf has actually been pushed back this time though.
Yeah.
Not too much contestation. And a nice smoke from Boaster just right on top of Leaf's face.
Tangin no comment. Tarantado kayo Fnatic ref ng nanay ko nakatayo dito.
But they're still playing C soft for a retake and stacking bodies on A, expecting this reclear, and they are so right.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Actually sees it.
Yes.
Trying to get a move on, trying to get a runaway.
Oy!
3 more.
Obliterate
Ay,
the opposition. It's
nakuha
up to
pa si
Jonah P
Kayak
to pick
na
up those
naman.
pieces. See if he can make a little bit more from it. Be fading.
Oh my God, nakapasok. Buti na lang.
Oh!
It's shut down by Alfia.
Ang ganda ng timing niya,
Oh
Gagi.
no, you offer. Oh no. Oh, oh.
Si Lefty, good jump
Wala,
pick,
wala pa sa
Roaster.
taas.
Sige, alam na yung ano,
To exit other than
information
having
kung nasaan.
his ult, but
Batuhan nyo ng ano,
in this spot in
ng
the 2v4.
lason.
Wise.
No, he's
Still
still,
even getting the wrap around.
he's still going to be able to afford an off in the next round anyway. So
Nice.
when Joel gets caught,
Nice.
Fnatic
Nakuha
getting up to
din.
9 here.
Buti naman.
Grabe,
Bawiin nyo,
ang
bawiin
dikit
nyo.
naman.
You've got to be looking at how G2
Ang dikit
execute
naman.
those moments. They had the right read.
Ayaw tayo
They knew that
patulugin.
it was going to be an A
Kaya nga nakakainis, kanina ko pa
contact well enough for
FF
Bounce.
Tapos
Ang dikit yung laban ka.
Kayak snuck all the way back.
Ang
butit talaga to, alas 7.
Chronicles
Hindi
Viper
naman
wall.
siguro.
And then I think you could argue the execution here wasn't great
Grabe
either.
yun.
Jonah finds the timing, utilizing the fact they're on
Nakapasok
line.
siya doon
Difficult to
tapos
hear these
wala
kind
siyang
of footsteps,
napitas.
but he can't land the shot. And Alpha shuts it down.
Nice one, observe.
Alpha once more is going to go for the attack side operator here. Taking a peek. Seeing if he can punish a jump spot on A.
Same
Ano,
explosion
galing
of
niya
util from
mag-jump-
G2 looking to
jump pick.
take control towards A-Rubble.
Jugul.
Oo.
This player's up.
Pero kaya magaling siya
Jugul.
mag-jump pick, lagi
Really
na siyang
nice adaptation.
nagkaganon.
coming out of the tactical timeout. It really has neutralized Leaf and allowed them to regain mount control. I mean, look what it's done. You got the pull from one of the rotates. You've also got this.
Off na naman to.
And it's just softened up the A side of the defense. Really good macro adjustment from Fnatic's coaches.
Umaatak eh.
Grouped up now from
Pag di ka nakaisa. Uy!
Oh! Nice yan, no?
Cheater.
Mindset.
Nagstay sila sa smoke, sayang.
Grabe yun, detiklado sila.
Leaf. He's tucked himself in.
It's a dangerous spot as well for Chronicle. He gets support from Alpha yeah now, but he's the one with the spike.
Nasa kanya pa pala yung spike. Wala
Leaf will respect it. Off onto the corner. This is 25 seconds left. Where is this ending?
Boaster's trying to fake as if it's ended towards B. I think the spike should be headed to A. And that means Jonah has a chance for redemption after his failed play in Tree in the last round.
Spike's disjointed though, and everybody got players in and through. G2 looking to try and flood defend this one all the way. Dimensional drift spots it all out. No guessing
Oh no.
whatsoever. 9 seconds.
Oy!
It's all crumbled. Fnatic. Chronicle.
Come on, Chronicle.
It's cheeky with a
Nice, grabe.
rises at the end of the day, but it's not a
Di sila
Wow.
Chronicle, mobis niya.
Wow.
Second time in this half.
Tahimik na lang magdaro, no?
Walang oras.
Kaya kanina eh.
Oo.
Focus
na yun eh, kasi malalakas talaga eh. Grabe yung focusing nila.
Honestly, they take it to a whole different level. And they're getting punished here. Trying to work the map as much as they possibly can, but not taking the right risks at the right time to try to push things forwards. And G2 have knocked the economy down of Fnatic. No, they decide to go for the force buy. They've got everything up here.
Fnatic! Energy! More
But 3 of
power!
the players are on light armor.
May ultimate si KJ, kaya mag-C.
Lutuan mo daw pansit kanton natin, Chi.
Ano ko?
Ilan?
Fnatic are grouped up though.
Ako nga hindi makakain ng pansit kanton.
Kala ko sabi mo, naghanda ka.
Binaba ko lang.
Yeah, passive kind of setup. Not looking to go for the
Nasa
rotate,
baba pa
fight
kasi,
G2.
mababa pa ako. Nilabas ko lang sa
But
plastic.
why would they need to? I mean, Leaf has still got pretty good information over towards Mound. Jonah P is getting them info on B as well. They're set up quite nicely right now for an A or B finish.
Paranoia is going to be sweeping through, dissecting
Good blind.
Huwag nyo na i-take kasi yung B.
Okay, lockdown.
Uy.
Down into the corner now.
Nako,
Di na masira.
hindi masira. Sa ultimate niya masira.
To the job. They clear most of the way here for Fnatic.
Nice.
This
Safe plan.
is almost destined to go down, and my eyes
Nice
immediately go
ult.
to this flank that's coming around the back. Leaf.
Go crashes. Go, Chronicle. Antok na ako.
Look at a draw.
Chronicle.
This one a bit of random spam perhaps.
End naman natin dati yan,
Take all
Kasing
angle.
set up.
Gusto naman.
To bring it level.
End naman natin to.
To the post plant.
Baka map 1 lang ako, man.
Util is even available. Again.
Grabe, na sa kung
Update mo na kami
Fnatic will take it.
Ha?
Paranoia nade ricocheting.
Yung
Ano
kasama.
Util at the disposal
Nantok
here.
nga rin ako eh.
It completely shut G2 out of the picture.
Ay,
Tapos yung first map.
Also going to do crazy
No.
economic damage to Fnatic, 'cause they're just essentially
Nice.
trapping them in the site.
Good trade.
One escape path found though.
Grabe, ang
Crashing
dikit.
kayak. So at least 3 guns are going to be maintained here.
Grabe naman.
Sabi naman, sobrang tikit
Never
ng
really
laban.
committed to that one. Definitely felt like there was more opportunity.
Wala mo.
Ilang overtime kaya to?
Inside the pit, make something of it.
Guys, isang overtime lang, guys.
When Jorg got shut down, they gave up the ghost.
Grabe, ang dikit.
Fnatic draw things level again at 10 to 10.
I feel you, Lorax. I feel you.
Nangangalay na sa
Record, nakakay.
It's actually a rough buy here for G2. Guardian for Jorgamo. Valen only with a stinger.
Might be
And a
seeing
big
signs
brawl.
of it. Yeah, big brawl. Signs of it.
Patay.
Nice.
Hello. Ginawa nila yun sa, sa Gen.
Combo. Oh, may C ha?
Ano talaga?
He tried to go for the teleport in the moment, but was just
Fade
a little too
raise
slow on it.
combo.
It's a great start for Fnatic. I think they've really struggled with the opening kills.
Very proactive from G2, looking to try and push all the way out of rubble.
Pwede pala saksakan yun.
Pati yung knife ni
Pati yung
KO.
pati yung ultimate case pa yan.
Talaga ba?
Talaga?
Nahirap ako yung pagbabaril ko, di ko matamaan. Tapos pwede palang saksakin.
Baril na.
Antayin mo lang dumikit sa'yo, tapos sasaksakin mo.
Tapos yung yung molly ni Brim. Pwede mauntog sa'yo yun.
Ay, yung nga yung...
Body block.
Yung iskan nga ni
Soba.
Ni Soba na dikit sa paa. Bad trip.
Minsan malas mo sa ulo.
Hindi naman nangyari sa kay Shupat. Nag-flat niya nun ay.
Hindi makaplan.
You're only just making a move over towards it. G2 still have bodies over towards you. Jonah B's going to be here. Most of this has the armor.
Oh no. Oh, yung time.
Kaya pa yan, 12 seconds. Pasok! 4 seconds, plant. Dali! Plant it! Go, 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 go! May time.
Nice, Alpha.
Good job!
1v1. Come on.
Yes!
Nice, Alpha!
What a ridiculous round from Fnatic. I don't think they should have ever been able to get that one across the line.
Grabe yung Ender Beam. Ano ba yun?
Yes,
grabe yung 3.10.
up in a decent spot, but they were just barreling towards the site.
May melatonin ba? Yung melatonin sa utak nila nun.
And again, the superstar, I think, is Alpha, defending crashes. Leaf a little too slow to be able to deny.
Low.
And then Alpha,
nice.
He wins that 1v1 towards the end, even with Leaf holding for it. Josh is not happy about that.
Good job. Good
job. Where the clock has been bad for both sides.
10-13 guys, 10-13.
Chronicle and Alpha,
Niwala kayo.
By Boaster's side through thick and thin.
Good job. Naku, ano to?
Ginapas ko rin.
15 to, 15.
Everybody else on Fnatic, negative. I mean, Fun and Alpha are trying to deadlift Fnatic through this game.
The backbone.
May PX pa mo.
This entire map has been on a nice edge all the way.
Meron pa yata China, di ba?
China.
FPX. Fun Phoenix. Hindi, China.
Not to get a chance for another one, frankly, because G2.
Yun yung may yun yung may Chinese team siya tapos may isang Australian ba yun? Sobrang weird nung comp nila. Si Berlin.
Indeed, catches the Prowler.
Galing manip yung
Leaves Valid
Prowler.
inserted.
Oo nga eh, sakto.
Turn around the map though from Fnatic. They're going to be looking to see if they can re-clear out towards C-Mount. Satchel across. With the rifles here, ooh, Valen barely able to hit it.
Bagal.
Escape and exit. Drone used for a bit more information. G2 just trying to clear up most of the map. Fnatic, slow game of theirs. Definitely applies the pressure evenly here to G2.
And two players posted up towards Rubble. I'm not sure whether Alpha's calling for them to go back towards B. No, it looks like the Spike's going to make its way towards this setup from Jorg and from Jonah. There's a seize.
All broken. Jorgama respects it. Okay, Gate Crash is probably running out.
I mean, at this point, G2 are just trying to play the clock again. 30 seconds. You have C's, you have flashes.
Giving to delay. It's up to Fnatic to try and get a move on here. There's a round you cannot afford to lose. Not against the weaker weaponry. G2. Sidestep. Nightfall going to be avoided, at least for now. Util flying forward. Sees. Not quite a connection. Paranoia. Sweeps forwards. Boasters there. Ready to take the fight and lay claim to most of this site. They need some help when he's at it.
Dalawa yan ah. Nice one!
Nice! One more. Kaya.
Good job. Good job.
Last flank.
Good comms.
Good comms at the G at the same time.
Stinger lang yan ah. Baka mapatay pa kayo niyan.
Yung woods ka kanina, yung kill J mo na natin.
Bad trip yung KJ.
That shows you
Oo,
that the
galing
composure
mag-flank.
is still there for
Grabe.
Fnatic. Not getting rattled towards the end, still trying to
Sayang
optimize
oras mo dun.
even the smallest bits.
Mag-abang nung flank.
And that could be an ultimate that's
Or
a
ang
game
ganda,
changer
ganda ng
and
ikot niya
stops
lagi.
G2 from being able to pull off a comeback.
Patay lagi, isa, dalawa.
Both of
Ganun.
these teams
Forgill.
have got good mentals.
Let's go, let's go.
But G2 are going to need 2 really clean rounds here.
Last one.
Even against the ult coming out from Kayak.
Last one.
Jordan
Game
has
10.
been really good at denying value from Kayak's ultimate when the sides were swapped.
Okay, mag-chocho.
But I think a showstopper's exactly the right kind of tool to complement Boaster's slower calling style, because
Wala naman
it will allow
nanonood
you just
pag
to open up the sights towards the
pinatagal
end
nyo
of the
pa.
round.
Managing to speed up entirely. G2, they don't want to be budged. Draining themselves here. Leaf and Valen out towards C Mound. Stray shots forwards, but now here's the pressure.
Ulti pala siya.
Broken. Stray shots, you know that Valen's sticking around. Leaf. Valen eventually going to concede that space and give it up. On either side is a deep drone and a deep push. G2 getting active over towards A.
Alpha, yeah, has a little bit of an opening on B. But this fight over towards A could define the round. Alpha's in on B.
Yep, Alpha is completely cracked over the B side, and now putting a squeeze, a pincer play.
Apat na lang.
Over towards A, all that aggression of G2 was just dissipated. They're the ones left scrambling. Showstopper down.
Uy! Good take. Sige, good take.
Cleans it up. 3 players left to stand here. Both of
Oh, maganda. Nalo si Donut.
Fade, careful lang.
Nice.
Dalawa na lang.
Slipped his way in.
3v2.
Found that timing and that gap.
Link tsaka main.
This is it.
Nice one! Isa na lang.
On the brink of taking map 1, G2's
Yes.
map pick. It's all on to Leaf.
Uy!
6 bullets left. Timing not there.
Good
Let's go!
And it's a deadly
TikToker kasi yan si Boaster.
Good job,
Ngayon na
good
ano.
job, good job.
last left alive to pull Fnatic over the line.
Tanggal pa ng sapatos.
Be at home kasi, be at home. Ilang araw na sila dyan, te. Naupusan na siya ng
Tambayan na daw.
medyas.
Wala na medyas.
Okay.
Bye guys.
GG guys. Thank you. Hindi na kaya, Chi. Sorry.
Ala, GG na.
Gintang ina.
Yeah.
Hindi na ako pa inaantay matapos talaga. Tulog na talaga ako kanina.
See you sa final.
Nagulat na ako sa boses niyo.
Finals ulit.
Bye-bye. Bukas.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night, Chi.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Valen, I feel like I need to IGL diff Superfire. I'm hitting him with the foot. Superfire!
Nakakapagod. Again.
Then watch me do it again.
Ayoko na tapusin. Pagod na ako. Mag-ano na lang ako, mag-chill game na lang ako ng Valorant chill game. Mga siguro 2 games lang. Tapos papahinga na ako ulit. yourself. Today. I'll keep you silent. Internal sacrifice. Pero gusto ko pa rin malaman kung sino yung mananalo. Hindi ko lang siya i-stream. Gagamitin ko yung kay Sinding account. Para mapatalo ko lang. Ano to Patalo to Hindi to para manalo. Taas kasi, flat kasi. Ba't ako nakanganga? Parang gago. Naka-body detect. Tama. Kahit nanganga ako ng walang sound, nanganga din yung avatar ko. Okay. Oh? Hello, Super Shy. Are you streaming? Parang naglolo ko yung Valorant ko. Yoko na, hindi magbabalo. Kailangan i-restart yung PC para gumana. Yoko na. Masaya ka dyan. Masaya, malungkot. Yan, galit tayo. Kainis! Hindi magbabalo. Required mag-restart ng PC. Yung ko nga mag-restart, nakakatamad. Iba na lang lalaruin ko. Ano ba maganda laruin? Ay, yung solo leveling Arise. Ito na lang, yung solo leveling Arise. Ay! Ano na lang kaya? Baka matagal kasi. Ano kaya laruin? Ano, Plants vs. Zombie na lang ulit. Hindi ko alam ang lalaruin ko. Hindi ko alam ang lalaruin ko. Hindi ko talaga alam lalaruin ko. Hindi ako makapaniwalang nahihirapan ako mag-isip ng lalaruin. Ano ba? Lalaruin ko. Dahil di ko alam ang lalaruin ko, babagsak ako sa Plants vs. Zombie for sure. Pag hindi ko to inano. Solo leveling arise kaya. Try ko nga kung meron saan. Kung meron sa... Ito yung beta ng solo leveling. Solo leveling. Ito, Arise Overdrive. My gosh! Gulat na gulat yan. Parang tanga. Ooh. Lang buksan ko lang yung solo leveling. Ay, parang ano to? Ay, 6 hours. O, sige. Parang game controller to. Teka lang, ready ko lang yung gamepad ko. Yung controller ko. Sa likod ko na lang sasaksak. Give me a few seconds. This is a demo. Lakas. Oh my gosh. Hello, Izumi Miyamura. Parang gusto ko Japanese. Japanese ba or Korean? Parang same, maganda rin Korean. Hindi Japanese na lang. Hello, Izumi. Hirapul ba ako? Yeah, I'm just starting. Have you played this one? I think napakalakas niya. Ayan. Oh. You're playing solo leveling? I think it's just too much for me. So I have to confirm button natin ay A. It should be A. And settings. Okay. 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 It's my first time trying this one. It was recommended to me. And I'm not really good at playing, but okay. Do I have to memorize this one? I'll just figure this out along the way. Hi. Philippines raw. Okay. Really nice. Graphics good. The music's gone. What happened? Where is it? Okay. Okay. So I'll just have to start it. And the music's gone. Thanks for the support. Love that one. Okay. Let's start this. Did I just mess up the music? Because it vanished. Like my dad. Sorry. Not a good joke. I apologize on behalf of all the people that the father has vanished.
異次元とこっちの世界を結ぶ通路。ゲート。
The voice. Okay, it's really good.
そしてダンジョンのゲートの向こうには魔物が潜む。人はハンターと呼ぶ。
Is it normal or it doesn't have a sound? Or am I just not hearing shit? Did I mess it up? The game is just gone. Yeah. If you okay, accept. I don't know. I panic. I just accepted it. I have now become a player. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
ここはどこよりも弱肉強食の世界じゃないか。
Okay.
システムが必要としているんだ。
The music is just gone.
強い俺を。システムにより誰かのアバターとなっているのなら、システムを飲み込め！
あんたの影帽子は闇とつながってるよ。
Okay.
その闇の深さだけ。
Oh my god, the voice! I can!
強くなれるだろう。
ここです。
Oh my god.
20回だけ。せめて19回だけ。
Right?
一つ条件がある。君と俺、
audio?
二人で行くこと。
I'll just skip and see if I can like fix the audio. I don't know. The audio's gone. I just lowered it down because the music is really loud. Maybe I have to reload the game up. Okay, I'll just reload the game up. Alt F4. When in doubt, Alt F4. My god. Why can't you see the... Why can't you see everything? How can you see everything? Morgan, I just drank water kanina. Ito na, iinom na. I'm gonna drink water again for you. Okay na. I restarted the game kasi there's something wrong with it. Okay. It should be showing. Should be showing. There. Oh, why? It should be showing. And then... Ah! It's not that broken. It's just me who's broken. I'm broken. I'm sorry. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Yes. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. It's me. Morgans. I can't kasi I have to restart the whole PC if I wanna play Valorant, and I can't bother restarting it because I have to redo all over everything that I've set up to this stream. I have to redo over. My catamaran is hitting me and I don't want to, so I'll just play a different game. And this one sitting on my Steam, it was recommended. They said that it was good. There's just some issues, but it's not that big, and I want to try it for myself. And I was told that I might like it.
異次元とこっちの世界を結ぶ通路。ゲート。
Okay.
そしてゲートの向こうに魔物の狩り作成者たちを人はハンターと呼ぶ。
I'm gonna rewatch this everything all over again. I love solo leveling, so. The cinematic. Yeah, accept. Is my face too big on the screen? I think it's too big. Wait, oh my god.
ここはどこよりも弱肉強食の世界じゃないか。
Not really? Okay. Let me adjust still.
システムが必要としているんだ。強い俺を。 システムにより誰かのアバターとなっているのならシステムを飲み込め。
あんたの影帽子は闇とつながってるよ。
I'm expecting you guys have watched the anime, right? Oh! Thank you for the follow, Izumi Miyamura. I hope you enjoyed like the dance.
ここです。20回だけ。せめて19回だけ。
一つ条件がある。君と俺、二人で行くこと。
Wait, is that no an answer if for the question I asked? If you guys watch Solo Leveling or read it, Morgan? Because if it's an answer to that, then maybe you will get spoiled. I think it has spoiler on it. Okay, is the assassin. Okay, I'm using my gamepad now. Combat style wish. Junwoo's assassin type. And a mage type. Oh, hard yung elementalis. Very hard yung assassin. Okay. Dito pa lang din ako makadecide. Indecisive queen. My God. Elemental subclass is the component style with the harnesses. The classical elements into powerful sassy elements of the large. This area damage here, so press point elemental weakness. Duelist. One blade flash destiny is duelist. Class relies on swift movement, precise attacks, which is style maximum damage potential. Actually, I want to be an elementalist. Okay. Okay. Nakapili na ako. Okay. Where's the settings? Continue. I wanna see if like.
燃え尽きろ。
Uy! Perfect. Okay.
これ。
Oh, okay. Are these real people? Are you guys real? Oh. I think they're real people, no? Okay. Ito lang ba yung settings? Eugene Wu. Clear grade. Nice. Are you guys real people? Hala. Okay. Hello, Kasumi. Ano ba? Ano magagawin ko? Ay, ko pala. Hi. Oh. Ay. Ang galing. Umatras.
人数は全部合ってるし、契約書にもサインをもらったし。よし。水篠さん、外で待機するレイドメンバーたちは全員揃ってます。僕たちは。
ああ。諸菱君と約束した19回のレイド。レベルを上げる絶好の機会だ。さて、始めるとするか。
ギルド設立のために出発。
Let's go. Para. Ano ba? Sino panalo kanina sa Wolves? PRX! 0-2 in favor of PRX. Okay, LT weapon switch. Okay, RT nahabol. Oo, 0-2 promise, tambak. Ang galing ng PRX. Teka nga, di-deactivate ko lang yung expression. Naiinis ako eh. I know. Ito, okay, evasion, A, basic attack, nasa X. Ay, Y, basic. Okay, walang B. Okay. Ay, Y, B. LT tsaka RT? Ultimate? Okay. LT and RT. LT, RT. Saan ba yung L? Ayun, LT tsaka RT. Sabay. Okay. Ano ba? Next. Switch weapon LT. Move L. Positioning. Okay. Kailangan hindi ano yung mouse ko. It's not in the way. Nagbabago yung ano. Sige. Malayo yung mouse. Oy! Nagalaw yung mouse. Bad. Okay. Tago ko yung mouse. Summon support. Sige. Okay. I'll figure it out. Okay na. Ba't di man na? Confirm. Confirm.
やるか。
Okay. Tara.
水篠さん、水篠さんのいない間、僕なりに特訓しました。必ず役に立ってみせますよ。
俺にとっては大したことないゲートだが、
Oh, basic attack
諸
lang
菱君
yun.
には
Lakas.
かなり危険かもしれない。諸菱君が危険な状況に陥らないように注意しないとな。
Be. Ba't di nagana yung Y? Basic
避けれると思うな。
Ayun. It's not responding too much sa akin. Bakit? Kasi may cooldown. Sorry. Cooldown pala.
これで終わりだ。
Okay. Sarap mag-fireball lang.
僕を信じてください。
Teka lang, pinapatay ko pa eh. Lock on R.
燃え尽きろ。
Tap the lock on bottom R. And monsters are you try to lock onto the nearest star. Oh, okay. RT. Tap the lock on button R again to switch different enemy. Ah, okay. Lock on button. Ito yung pang lock on sa enemy.
Scary.
Ano ba yun?
終わりだ。避けれると思うな。
みんなを守ります。
Gusto ko itry lahat ng button. Eto, may summon dito eh. Summoning. Ano yung summoning? Lane. Mga item drops din pala dito.
前へ僕を信じてください
When a character attacks the enemy with this, stagger the target and cause him to fall to place. LB? LB ito? Ah, ayun. At lock. Okay.
これ。こっちの番だ。
Ayun! Extreme evasion, lock on, extreme lock on, extreme evasion, lock on, extreme evasion, lock on, then...
Moero!
Okay, then block. Ito yung block, and extreme evasion, then block. Okay. Lock on.
Marunieda.
Good job. Okay. Then ultimate to. Okay. Mamatay ka na dyan.
体を休ませないとな。
僕を信じてください
Ay, mamamatay na ako. Paano yung potion?
燃えろ。これ。これで終わりだ。
Ay, puta. Paano yung potion? B? Ay, wala pala. Paano yung potion? Paano ko nga gamitin yung potion?
みんなを守ります
Teka lang, be.
ギルドを設立するのはやっぱ
Paano
り
yung
僕には
potion?
難しいことな
Nakalimutan
の
ko.
か
燃えろ。
Tama ka na.
これ。
前へ
遊びはここまでだ。
Paano yung potion? Ayun. Okay.
一瞬で切り裂いてやる。終わりだ。
終わりだ。
僕が守る。
体を休ませないとな。こっちの番だ。丸見えだ。
Uy, wait lang, be.
これで終わりだ。
前へ
Okay. Hirap to. It's kinda hard. Nahirapan. Imagine if I tried playing Sekiro. Okay.
Mizushino-san, 何か見つけました。こちらに来てください。
Okay.
おお、水篠さん、これを見てください。マナ石が山のようにあります。
目的はレベルアップだが、収入になりそうなものも忘れずに取っておくか。諸星君、装備。
水篠さん、こういうのは僕の仕事ですから。水篠さんは戦闘でお疲れなんですから、休んでてください。
大丈夫だ。体をほぐすついでに俺がやる。
水篠さんの心遣いに感激です。僕も隣でサポートします。
Okay. Okay. Ay, pusa ako naiyak. Miss Kit! Ano yun? Labas ikaw? Hug muna. Hug muna. Bago labas. Yakap. Suplada. Suplada ikaw. Suplada mo naman, bebe ko. Hug lang eh. Hug lang eh. Hug lang eh. Hug lang eh. Suplada? Suplada? Suplada ka? Yun na, labas na ikaw. Let's continue. Wala na ba dito?
攻撃隊は僕が守る。
避けれると思うな。あっ、これこれ燃えろ。
突撃。
これ 燃えろ。逃がすか。こっちの番だ。
切る。
これ。
僕を信じてください。
丸見えだ。食らえ。
Oh, evade. Yeah.
これ。避けれると思うな。
一撃。
これ。これ。負けだ。燃えろ。これで終わりだ。こっちの番だ。これ。燃えろ。あっ。
Ay, perfect.
Ah! 燃えろ。
Parang nalalason ako.
これ。燃えろ。これ。
みんなを守
避けれると思うな。
前。
丸見えだ。
Tama na, ilag na. Tama na, ang dami.
燃えろ。あっ。
切る。
Ah!
こっちの番だ。
Teka lang. Basta at least. Sa atrás.
燃えろ。これ。負けだ。
突撃。
これで終わりだ。
Combo, 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 combo. Next one. Ha? Checkpoint to.
Okay. あいつは俺がやる。
Ay, sabi hindi pa yung
丸見えだ。
kanina.
逃がすか。負けだ。避けれると思うな。で
Ay, may naugaw.
逃がすか。 一瞬で切り裂いてやる。終わりだ。
Oy! Oy, tara na. Saan yun?
燃えろ。これ、体を休ませないとな。
Teka lang.
体を休ませないとな。
Teka lang.
燃えろ。これ。これで。避けれると思うな。燃えろ。負けだ。これ。これで終わりだ。
Break, 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 break. Fuck, 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 fuck. Ready, 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 ready.
燃えろ。これ。あっ。体を休ませないとな。燃えろ。これ。
Ay, natamaan pa.
負けだ。これ、こっちの番だ。これで終わりだ。燃えろ。あっ。燃えろ。これ。避けれると思うな。
Ay, naku. Okay.
丸見えだ。燃えろ。
Ay! Harap-harapan.
これ。体を休ませないと。
Ay, tinamaan na naman. Kasi, oh.
これで終わりだ。燃えろ。こっちの番だ。これ。あっ。
Ano, may isang buhay na lang ako.
丸見えだ。
Oy, 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 oy.
体を休ませないとな。
Nice. Ganun. Wait lang. It's nice. It's nice.
一体どこからこんなに湧いてくるんだ？キリがないじゃないか。しっかりしろ、諸菱健太。水篠さんに頑張ってるところを見せるんだろ。
諸菱君気合入りまくってるな。面白いやつだ。これで終わりだ。
みんなを守ります。
避けれると思うな。こっちの番だ。丸見えだ。これ。
Oy, 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 ano yan?
燃えろ。体を休ませないとな。
おいおいおい。
これで終わりだ。燃えろ。避けれると思うな。
突撃！
これ。
Hindi man lang tinamaan.
切る！みんなを守ります。
これ。燃えろ。逃がすか。燃えろ。これで。
突撃！
これで終わりだ。燃えろ。
あんなスキルも隠し持ってたのか。水篠さん、また強くなったような。
もうウェアウルフ程度なら簡単に倒せるようになった。レベルが上がって面白そうなスキルが増えた。
Pagod na ako. Pwede ba ito i-save? Like, before ako mag-ano dito. RT.
一撃
Ba?
Kore. 燃えろ。逃がすか。
Ah, nag-change pala nung ano. Okay.
突撃
Teka, ano ba? Ito. Ito. Hindi ba?
一撃
食らえ。遊びはここまでだ。
Ano to? Ganto-ganto na lang tayo. Tumabi ka nga dyan!
水篠さん、この先から何かが動く音が聞こえます。
魔獣がいる。静かすぎるのが気になるな。何が起こってもいいように気をつけておこう。
Ay, hindi nasisira.
Totsuki! こっちの番だ。丸見えだ。
おい！
こっちの番だ。丸見えだ。一瞬で切り裂いてやる。終わりだ。
一撃
燃えろ。こっちの番だ。体を休ませないとな。これで終わりだ。これ食らえ。避けれると思うな。丸見えだ。
一撃僕を信じてください。
これで終わりだ。食らえ。体を休ませないとな。
Mas maganda siguro assassin type pala yung...
一撃
こっちの番だ。丸見えだ。
みんなを守ります。
こっちの番だ。丸見えだ。これで終わりだ。
僕を信じてください。
こっちの番だ。一瞬で切り裂いてやる。終わりだ。
さすが水篠さんです。どんな魔獣も水篠さんにはかないませんね。
大げさなやつ。マナ石を持っていくのを忘れないようにな。周りに爆弾が設置されているから気をつけろよ。
あ、本当だ。わかりました。水篠さん、この区域のマナ石は全部採掘しました。変な爆弾が設置されていたので少し時間がかかってしまいましたけど。
ダンジョンに罠があるパターンは珍しい。近くに爆弾を設置した誰かがいる。
あれ、水篠さん、何か音がしませんか？え、うわあ！
俺についてこい。ここを抜けるぞ。
はい、水篠さん。水篠さん、爆弾が爆発する。
落ち着け、諸菱君。とりあえず全速力で走れ。丸見えだ。こっちの番だ。体を休ませないとな。体を休ませないとな。
Naglalaro na ako. Ayan. You can click here to the live after the campaign until the lobby later on, but if you ping them, it's easy. Okay. Automatically save to.
目標を仕留める。
Ha, may ganun pala ako. Wait, no more watch party. It's done, yeah. Watch party's done. They all fall asleep. FS is winning. Nice. They won. Philippines. Wow. Nice one. Almost gave me a heart attack to beat FSC. Good job. I want to continue playing this game. Pero pagod na ako. So, I'll end my stream today, I think. Sorry. I'm very napapagod at saka I kinda wanna eat and read some manhwas. No, pagod. I'm sorry. I shall I shall stream again tomorrow, okay? I promise I will. I'll just have to recharge myself and yeah. Yeah, I just have to recharge myself, eat, stuff like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching and for following and for keeping me hydrated, for giving me kisses. Thank you so much. You guys have a very good day and have a very good rest. Uh, Enjoy the rest of your days, okay? I'm sorry I cannot raid. I don't want to raid. I don't want to raid right now. So, do you guys want me to raid before I end the stream, or do you want me to just end it? Okay, without a response, I'll just end it. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone's, engagement and for watching with me. Bye bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.